Hello, everyone. We are late. Welcome to the stream, starting soon screen. I'm gonna be there in a hot sec because I had to go to the door and pick up my Uber, which did not arrive the first time, and we reordered it, and so it only just arrived again. And Pat's went out for something. Your mic's over there. Ow. Hello, everybody. I'm not on camera yet. One sec. Hold on. Hey, there it is. Okay.
What?
No, it's not out of focus. Oh, maybe it's because.
Very focus baller.
How? You said you reframed up. You didn't reframe shit.
I did.
Hello, everyone.
I did. It looks great
on Pat's, who is shorter than you
Yeah.
and has a smaller head.
No, because I checked the frame before. And
Okay. Okay. We are on. Everyone can hear us, right?
Probably not be there. Actually, you mute me one.
Can I mute you? No, I cannot. So don't turn it on until you've got it set up. Hello, everybody. Can everybody see us and hear us? Is that happening? Clear and mighty. Okay, sick.
I don't want to be in the shot, but look,
Hey,
the iced
Elliot,
chocolate I
I'm
ordered
not
this morning.
Elliot.
Quiet. The iced chocolate I ordered this morning came in a can that they've clearly like sealed themselves. It's got ice cream in it.
That's cool though. I actually really like that.
It is really cool. I don't think we could. It would be nice if it was reusable, but it's like squishy plastic.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, Pats is turning their mic on. This is the wrong screen. We should be on this one. My light's not on. It's been a day.
It's been a day.
Camera's focusing on the lizard.
Yeah, it's because we neither of us are framed up.
That's right. It's not been updated yet. Focus.
We're doing it live. Pat's also tried to glue his dragon back together that he broke, and then broke it further, and now it's still unprimed, and that's gonna need reshaking entirely because
Green stuffing it.
we gotta pin it and then green stuff it and then wait an hour. Yes.
We can vamp.
It's the teaching.
You could vamp. I'm gonna paint.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Oh, I need to play this still.
I also need to finish this game, but for now, I'm gonna put on
Wilds.
Outie Wilds.
Wilds.
Jess doesn't like.
Fucking vomit.
Jess doesn't like watching it, so I haven't played it a lot.
Yeah. It's not that I enjoy watching it. I think it just makes me want to throw up.
Can everyone hear me? Is that good?
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
Ba. Get those ads out of here. Okay, the chat's working at the very least. If the chat wasn't working, I was going to just combust.
Do you want to reframe again? Let's do this.
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't need any more things. There's too many things going on. This little pizza cunts over here. I have not.
Shake your camera, everyone. Sorry.
Pause. No, I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna take a small amount of meth real quick. Critical Role was awesome.
Can you move that way a touch? Because if I go any more that way, the TV's in.
Smooth the whole. Not really. Because then you'll be off the thing.
Yeah.
TV. I don't mind if the TV's in it.
That was locked in.
Just. Who cares? Like, I don't care if the TV's in a little bit.
Well, do you need to have
No, that's good, we're good.
on this screen?
I suppose not.
You can just turn it off. I have it on my computer.
Critty Role was really good. Yeah, it was less quippy, but
Well,
good.
See, I only saw the one show, right? So I only saw the Melbourne show. I thought that
Oh.
it wasn't like super quippy, but I thought there was quips. Like I didn't think it was not quippy or anything.
Yeah, but the other one was like.
Yeah.
You have to look at me while I talk to you a second. The other one was like very one-linery.
It was very, so we
Yeah,
can't hear
yeah.
Jess, by the way, so you're going to have to repeat everything Jess says.
Okay. The other show was very one-linery, apparently. Whereas this one, I really enjoyed this one.
I like this one, it was
I
good.
did too.
Can you put that somewhere over there? Also, you're going to get mukbang today, because I haven't eaten my food.
Yeah, Uber's
Oh,
great.
if I yell, they can hear me.
Oh, okay. We can just hear Jess.
Yeah,
Where's
what-
your mic pointing? Which way
way,
is it?
that way.
If your mic's going that way,
Yeah.
yeah, you'll be good.
Yeah.
I will say, yeah, the outside of the canned drink, the opening is mostly blocked by ice cream.
Shake it better.
I can't shake a whole thing of ice cream into the drink. Also, it's open now.
Yeah.
It sounds like a coward's move.
Also, it feels weird to shake a can. I'm like, I just expect it to explode, even when it won't. I expect it to.
Yeah. I should pull out my food.
Yeah.
Also, see how the cable is like precariously over there?
Yes, I can.
So the problem with that I'm having with this little thing is, unless it is this cable, it won't turn on. So I'm like, actually no, it'll turn on, but it won't send a video feed. So it must be like
high-speed one.
it's a high-speed USB or something. But it means, unfortunately, that I have a very short cable that is taut right now going to that computer.
It's like, it's just enough not taut that I'm not like worried about damaging the cable. But
Yeah,
it's-
well, I was like looking at it then being like, that's a bit, that's a little bit risque.
Yeah.
You're starting fight with Twitch again? What are you fucking doing? What are you doing?
What?
Oh yeah, I do have to sit here, don't I?
If I lean forward, I get like a little bit of. There we go.
We're gonna have more streams down here. We're gonna put something on that blank ass wall behind your head.
Well, my head's there.
It's completely washed out. Don't worry, you can't see it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Also, with the bigger tanks, they're gonna get moved into that space.
Yeah, that tank's gonna be bigger. Also, there's a lizard somewhere in there.
It's,
Oh,
it's like
God.
he's right between us. He's actually the third streamer.
Yeah, he's
Just
actually
chilling.
he's looking
Just
right
chilling.
there.
If you look real careful, you might see a oh,
You
no.
can also see Twitch chat within a Twitch chat, just like,
There's
just
a-
like right here. There's like a big preview on the other screen. Hey, Sarah. Yes, Jess. Sarah was working the ticketing booth at Nova.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Oh, at Nova.
they got my
I was like,
fun-
wait, I didn't get to see them.
Yeah, no, I got the funky little pass from them.
Oh, that's so cool.
They did cheekily say, well, actually, I don't know if I should say that on stream.
Maybe don't. Maybe
I would
if
say that on
it's
stream. You're
cheeky,
getting.
maybe don't.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
Nova was good.
Camera was fine. That's sick.
I haven't been to a Nova in many years. I thought it was good. I thought it was. I think.
Nova in Perth.
Yeah. Well, they
They do
stopped
Nova
for
in every
like
state,
a year
right?
or two.
They don't do it in every state.
Most
No,
states.
not every state.
I mean, that's why AFCON started, right?
Yeah, but I used to do the volunteering at Nova for like 7 years, and I stopped in when it stopped in Perth.
All right, so we have Vaseline, and we're going to vigorously masturbate today on this stream. What? Just like, hold on. No, Vaseline is actually really good for green stuff sculpting because it's really sticky. So it means that if you put the Vaseline on it, you won't get like fingerprints, and these little silicone tools that you use to like smooth it out won't stick to it and then cause it to get tacky and yuck.
Yeah.
So,
Do
the
they
hell is
do stuff in
this?
Perth? I mean, no,
so super
they
cool.
don't. I don't know if you're talking in general, but the answer is still no, they don't. There's not a lot. But we'll see. I think Perth has grown a lot in the last couple of years, and we might start actually seeing things coming out of Perth. I really sure hope so, because that's
Like
what
you.
I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
They're
do.
like leaving.
Well, yeah. Well, no, because I'm trying to do the stuff where we don't need to leave, and we can still connect further afield.
Everybody,
That's the plan.
everybody in chat, can you bully Pats to actually apply for his job that he should be applying for as well?
Applied for that?
No, everyone's yelling at him that he should. Everyone's yelling at him.
Well-
There's a job at Larian doing
Yeah.
something that he has genuine professional experience in, and he keeps not applying for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody yell at him.
I'll do it.
When?
Look, to be fair, you've all been yelling at me while I'm here, and I'm not doing one.
I've been yelling at you for weeks.
Yeah, you have been. It's big and scary, okay?
Yeah, no shit.
It's look, moving to London, real cool. Moving to London, real scary. That's a hell of a move.
Yeah.
And also, I like my cats a lot. Okay,
can-
cats
you
are pretty cool.
Not leaving.
Someone literally was
Well-
like, "I will take your cats," and they will be in good hands. And I
I
don't
mean,
remember who that was, but
Someone in Melbourne. So it's still tricky.
Alright,
And
fair
they were
enough.
also like, I'm not covering their costs though.
well, I think anybody you leave the cats with,
Yeah,
you
well,
should
right,
be covering
that's-
their costs.
yeah.
That feels like a fair
But,
thing to
but
ask.
I don't know how much, like, I don't know if I can afford my living costs and covering cat costs.
If you work in a Larian, you might be able to. Well, I mean, you could.
Look,
You
the
could.
thing is, it's still a video game company, which
could
means you're
nego-
still underpaid for your work.
So you could negotiate. Well, depends on what they're going to do. I would hope that they pay competitive, good rates to get you over from Australia. Also, you could probably negotiate that into your salary, being like, "Hey, this isn't me being like a thing, but if I'm coming over for a year contract, I have cats. Can I get like a, you know, a stipend,
kitty stipend.
basically a little bit extra cash, like an extra $100 to $200 worth of cash a week in case something needs to come up or they have to go to the doctor, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, look, I think it's pretty standard in the industry. If you're moving international and stuff, they do sort of try and help you out.
feel
if
like
they,
it's
if they
fair.
want you, they want to make that work.
Exactly. So if they really want you to hire, they're gonna make it work, and it's probably gonna cover the cost of moving, right?
They will have to cover the
Yeah, they help.
Exactly.
They help
So,
cover this movie.
so you know, Larian also with the success of Baldur's Gate, probably whatever next game they make is going to go gangbusters as well. I can imagine they're going to hire the talent that is good and works for them.
Yeah.
So they
want the job to close without you having like
that as well.
an application.
Bully him.
Yeah, look,
Bully him.
they don't have an end date on this. I suspect they're increasing that tempo a lot.
Yeah.
Is my read and understanding of the situation, which is why I've not been super pressured into it. Also, I've had 5 other productions to organize. Like, it's not just been that I've been putting it off. It is.
I
also
feel
trying-
all I hear is I'm procrastinating because I'm scared and don't want to do it.
I mean, yes, but also,
That I don't hear any other excuse other than that.
well, I mean, my current job is very busy.
No, that's fine. That's
the-
fine. That's fine. But it takes like 20 minutes.
Nah, I gotta write a full resume and CV and stuff. And
Well-
that's actually the scary part.
That's-
right. If I had a resume done, I'd have already applied. The problem is,
right,
I've
next time-
never had to use a resume.
Elliot and Nick, if you're there, next time we're in that call together, we're going to bully him until he does it body doubling style.
I mean, that actually would help.
I know, that's why I'm saying it.
yeah,
That's genuinely why I'm
next time
saying
we're
it.
on a call, help me write my resume.
I'm going to bully you into doing it. And it's a supportive bullying, but it's still going to be bullying.
Maybe that'll be my.
And it'll be on Lockie's stream most likely. And then all of Lockie's chat
Or
will
they're
also.
even better. What if it's my first stream? It's just you guys bullying me to write my resume.
Yo, Sarah, that's sick. Speaking of jobs, Superno's finally starting to process
Hell yes.
the process to pay me. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, I think it is much nice.
Oh, the hash brown in this.
Yeah, it's very nice to work at work like enforcing. When they started doing that as paid, I was like, that's so good. And
The dynamic did change.
it did,
Significantly.
but reasonably so. And I think that's
I don't think it's a bad thing,
no.
but the enforcers
it's a job
having
now.
to adjust to it being like a passion thing of the PAX community too. There will be less people doing it like that now and more because it's a job.
Yep. Yep. But I mean, if their expectations for people are what is a job, then it makes sense. And
Yeah.
I think that it's good. Also, there's a lot of people that are going interstate, like me, and
Yeah.
it helps with that, right? Like it's.
I mean, even if it covers the cost of you coming over and staying, it's effectively free for you. You're just not out of pocket now.
Yeah. Well, it covers my flight.
To the show as well.
Come over just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Any-
Elliot was asking earlier what we're working on today. I've got some of these fucked up little guys I was going to keep painting. and I need to flip that camera. But we were going to try and get this pinned and primed for you at the very least.
Yes. So we got this guy here. This is 3D print from Loot Studios that I printed.
Big old dragon.
Yeah, I can't remember which dragon it is. They've got a couple.
It looks like a blue dragon.
Well,
Because they got fins and the big horn
Yeah.
is blue dragon.
Well, they don't only do D&D stuff, so
Yeah.
it might not be based on D&D designs. It might just be they've done their own dragon, because they've got a few different ones.
Yeah.
But the plan is actually to paint this guy like Spyro. Not that I've ever really played Spyro, but I like that coloring. I want
a
to
good
have a
colour
purple.
scheme.
I want a purple dragon.
Purple and yellow
Yeah.
is a good contrasting scheme, and it's very cartoony in a way that works. And the benefit of this model is that you got a lot of dry brushing potential because it has scales.
Yeah. And
What's the Jess doing?
detailing real good scales.
Oh, you pulling out Spyro?
Can we see this detailing nicely?
You can.
This
Let
was-
me get the camera into the right orientation, and
Yeah.
then
Have some inspiration. It's gonna be this guy.
It's gonna be this
It's gonna
guy.
be this guy.
But on this guy, who is far less cartoony looking, but I'm kind of keen for that.
that didn't work.
My goal was to paint some of those massive Stormcast dragons with Spyro, and then I fucking never did.
I could do that too. I still have. When did the Stormcast dragons release? That was.
Like a few years ago.
Yeah, I've had them sitting on my shelf to do.
I'm waiting for one of the magazines to come out that I buy, and I'm gonna get 2 of those dragons for quite much cheaper than that
Yeah,
book.
yeah.
For one of the Split the Party filmings, so imagine how long ago that was.
The Stormcast.
Now, fucking nothing I've done with it.
I made the Stormcast exist in my
Sigmarines.
Yeah, they exist in my world. They're not like. I didn't follow the law or anything. In my world, they're just it's just an
painted-
army of paladins.
I painted my towel like a cake. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, but
And you want a silly little award.
deserved. It's a cool little thing.
I don't care if I win any games. I want that award.
Elijah Wood?
Is that Elijah Wood? What?
I don't know. I missed that. No, this is not Elliot.
This is a bacon egg sandwich.
Do you know?
is Patrick.
I've had that opportunity to do that joke so many times in my life. I think I've remembered to do it maybe once. Every time I say something along
This is your
those
moment.
lines, yeah, and then okay, I see Elliot. But every time someone else will do it and be like, "You missed the opportunity," I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah."
Punch out ever so slightly. Turn camera ever so slightly. Better framing.
Also, I just want to check something real quick.
Not better framing. Sorry, that whistling is always loud.
I'm also just trying to work out if I can talk about a thing I've got on this weekend or not.
Don't put it on the camera.
It's not on camera, right? It's not. Cool.
No. Your elbow is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Are you good?
Yeah, no, I'm watching the audio level.
Huh?
No, I'm not eating the nuggies. Pats was like, I'm gonna get a coffee, so I got a
Yeah.
sandwich, but I will be eating the nuggies for lunch.
Yeah, it was a hell of a
We got home at just after 2.
past.
About
the
20
hell
past
out.
2.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we are going to pin this dragon. If anyone knows what it is, I have a god hand drill that I got in Japan for nice and cheap. So understandably, I'm stressed out because I've not used this, and it costs a lot of money to fuck it up.
Which is also why I'm not using it.
Yes, I'm like, I need to get used to this drill, and they're incredibly sharp. And this thing, just
Do you want a little practice on the foot?
No, I know how to use a pin vise. It's just that I don't want other people using it
No, that's
until
fine.
I've gotten used to
I'm
it.
so happy with that because I'm sure even if I didn't break the drill, I'd fuck up the pin.
Oh, the pin's easy. Actually, I do need some metal clipping pliers, if there's any down here, Jess. Wherever. Oh, no, she's gone. But we are just going to, like, get that square bit and just literally drill into that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's... Ooh.
Resin,
That's
baby.
nice.
Resin.
No, the drill bit's, like...
Oh, it's feeling good.
The drill bit is, like, quite smooth.
I haven't actually tried drilling into like 3D printed resin stuff before, so I'm curious how.
If you get a good drill, which now I'm understanding why God Hand is good.
Yeah. Okay. But also, I'm just like, if it was a trans resin, like translucent, super clearly gonna be all cured and stuff. But I'm like, this is a solid resin. So
Yes. Could you grab some paper towel actually, because you're not supposed to have this residue. It's not dangerous because it's cured, but like you don't want to, I don't want to eat my sandy and have resin dust go on my sandwich.
That not good.
Because that would make my tummy sore.
Tummy and
give me a tummy trouble. Eat it. I'll save it for you if you want. I keep looking over there to talk to you. I'll make you eat it. I'll see you soon, Mr. I'm gonna eat resin.
I'm sad we didn't manage to organize something while I'm here.
You still can. You have that. You still have that power.
We still have that power.
Elliot, what are you doing on Friday night?
Oh yeah. Hey Elliot, do you like zombies?
Do you like zombies and/or movies
And like 28 years
of waiting?
Yeah. Is it actually close to the 28 years later?
I think it actually is.
I think it is pretty close. Well, no, because I think that's like early 2000s is the first one. Let's have a quick little.
Oh, me too, Elliot. But I like going just because I am a little bitch in them specifically.
Shit. Yeah, it is very close to 28 because that came out in 2000.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm pretty sure.
That's actually insane.
I'm pretty sure that's the thing. Yeah, no, I actually... Benji's like, I want to take you to horror... Benji literally asked me last night. He's like, do you want to go see a new horror movie? The one that the Raka twins made is coming out. And I was like, I didn't know that existed. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, well, I'm going to see 28 Weeks. And he was like, oh, yeah. Because he wants to sit next to me and watch me instead of the movie. That's like... Actually, that's actually what he wants to do.
Look... Elliot, if it's anything like the first one, it's more action than horror. Like, it's not, it's not a horror film. Like, zombie films are just, they're not like the normal horror where it's trying to really freak you out. It's just like, here's the world state, and we're gonna see what that effect is on people, right? How do the survivors react to the world?
And if there's a critique of capitalism or something in there as well, I'm happy.
Hey, do you know the thing in the first one where they've got like all these beautiful shots of like an empty London and stuff? That those are real shots. They would get there at like 3 a.m. or something.
Cool.
Before there was any cars around, so it looked deserted, but like they didn't. That was a low budget film. They didn't actually have a cleared street or anything. They just went when it was empty at like dumb hours in the morning and stuff, and then managed to get those shots, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, leave him to Yap. I'm still on mic, but leave him to Yap.
I think it's still the same creative crew. It's I want to say Alex Garland as well, which also exciting because they're doing an Elden Ring movie now, and I'm intrigued by that because. Those games are pretty infamous for not having clear story, which doesn't work so well in a movie. So I'm curious what it'll be like when you have an actual film. I suppose Elden Ring has that a little less so, but Soulsborne games, they don't have a clear story.
You don't understand how much a little bitch I am. Look, Pats is going to be able to report back to you in a couple days and be like, nah, Matt a little bitch.
I'm also a little bitch.
Did anyone watch that Assassin's Creed stream I was doing?
No.
When I wasn't even playing something particularly scary and I was screaming. If anyone wants to go watch it, I'll put the VOD up. But it was on Tuesday. And Jess made me play the Dead by Daylight DLC.
Oh. Wait.
Of Assassin's Creed.
There's Dead by Daylight DLC in
Assassin's Creed? Yeah, it just got added.
Hey, as of today, there's also the Robbie Damon's character that he played in the Critty Role.
Yeah, he's now in the game.
Is now in the game. So cool. So cool.
Oh, did this? No.
Different wrong size.
Yeah, very slightly. Elden Ring movie? Does that mean I have to watch it 50 times to get through the intro? Someone's gonna come out and just like punch you in the face over and over again, and if you don't, if you pass out,
Yeah, they're just gonna knock you out
they're
50
gonna-
times
yeah,
before
they're
you
gonna-
finally get through it.
it's a
But
challenge.
you're gonna get the satisfaction of finally getting to defeat the movie, defeat the boss, aka finish the film.
AKA finish. I actually think I need a half size to do my pin size, and now that I've already drilled into it,
It's a bit harder.
well, because there's a hole already there. It's from it
Yeah.
might crack the resin, so I just gotta like.
Oh yeah.
I can do a little diggy do instead.
It's a very thin wing.
It's just you don't want to force resin, you know.
No. Yeah, this little guy definitely had some nicks and bumps getting here. Like I think he's lost his claws because they
There it goes.
to make sure I didn't break the model, I wrapped it in like a big heavy scarf that I've got. But I think the claws kind of got snapped off.
It's all right. No one's gonna see it but you.
Yeah.
But I'll know. Everyone says that.
He's an old dragon, and adventurers have snuck up on him and taken his claws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're bastards. They do that.
Yeah. Little rat catchers.
All right. So.
No good.
Yes. So this hole is between sizes of my pin thing. So I'm actually gonna have to buy a second set of drill bits. What are these? 2, 2.5, 1.5. Oh shit. Okay, maybe not. I just need to buy some proper gauge.
Pin vice metal
Pin.
stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna get. I think this must be like a between 2 and 2.5.
That's spiky boy. I'm still so impressed with some of the detailing level on this.
Oh, actually, this is good enough. This will at least hold it in place, but it's not the right size.
I'm also like, so this was not too bad to transport here, right? Because it was already in pieces.
Yeah, you don't want to transport a whole ass dragon like
Yeah,
that.
so I might have to ship it.
Home. Well, I don't know how big your suitcase is.
My suitcase is big, but it'll probably break if I have it in the suitcase. That's what I'm thinking. I'll work it out. Especially because once it's painted, I'm gonna have to glue it back together. It's a big mini too.
I've noticed Games Workshop started to call their stuff models rather than miniatures.
Yeah.
Because they're not exactly mini
No,
anymore,
not-
right?
Yeah.
Oh, Games Workshop's gonna be fucking at PAX.
Yeah, PAX. I saw that. Yeah. First year over.
I am very keen to talk to anybody about doing some shit with that, because some of the people I'm doing the mini painting panel with are like, they liaise with the people at Games Workshop, and they're like, hey, I'm gonna message someone right now and see what's going on. And they were like, yeah, this person's doing it. I was like, what? Why Gaming Workshop? Apparently they don't ever come here.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for PAX this year. So
I am, and I wish there was more indie vendors.
yeah, but look, PAX has never felt like the IndieCon though.
Well, the tabletop area, yes.
Yeah.
But
okay.
in saying that, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. But like, I did see all the announcements. I was like, this is really cool. All the card games are coming. I don't know what they're doing with like some of the other tabletop vendors. I know some.
Sure.
I know some were saying like, yeah, we're still there. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I'm not super worried. Nor do I have other information. Like, I'm just going off what's been announced officially.
Yeah, I'm keen to try and experience a little more of PAX this year. So, because last year Enforced, which first year I'd been back since, first year in like 5 years since I've been to PAX. Because the last one I went to was 2019. But I Enforced and I did the morning shift, and then as soon as I was done, I would leave.
Oh, wow. See, this can be safely glued down.
Yeah, I'm not even going to glue it to the base, I think. I'm going to keep it separate.
Sorry, are we too off camera, by the way? There's still a few months worth of announcements. Yeah, I mean, I saw like, it looks like they're paying attention to tabletop. We get Owlbear back, the Owlbear studio, not studio.
That's the one-shot theater?
The one-shot theater's coming back, which is great.
Yeah,
Because it popped off last year. It went hard.
I'm I mean, yeah, we talked about this. I'm hoping to try and get a panel on there.
I gotta do my apps.
'Cause
I got 10. I got a while still.
Because the Draw Steel releases around then, so we want to try and talk about that. Because obviously we've got there's quite a lot of the community in Australia for MCDM. Not just like literally the public community, but also the people that work and do playtesting for it.
And it'd be cool if you, because like, I mean, you don't have to keep the panel people a secret if you don't want to. Like, it's just you don't want to jinx it if it doesn't get up.
Yeah, well, that's it. But we've got some cool people on there, and some of them already work with MCDM. So we've sent an email to MCDM, be like, hey, would you be interested in? Yeah, like can we chat a little bit more officially about this? Which is not coming from me, because I haven't worked directly with, but I've got.
Well, don't break your NDAs if you have any, by the way.
They don't use NDAs. Like I could literally say anything about that game. They don't have NDAs.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a very interesting attitude they have of like not having it. They're like, no, you should be able to talk the stuff you want to work about. If you want to talk about it, you're allowed to. We don't want to stop that. Which I really appreciate that.
Cheating tip: put a bit of paint where you're going to pin it, and now you have a drill point. So you might be able to see it in there. I dipped a bit of paint in.
We can see that really clearly.
Yep. Oh yeah, this is a good webcam.
Yeah.
The sensor's nice.
Yeah.
It's also got a lot of autofocusing, which is good. It's actually a really nice one for like doing close-up stuff with minis.
Yeah. But yeah, Draw Steel's. They had a PDF release date of the 17th of July. I'm curious if they'll hit that, because that might have been ambitious. We'll see. But they did just release to the patrons like their almost full PDF. It's like the final one that will go to the printers.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's not quite like it's got like the gradients and stuff on it for printing stuff. So it looks a little bit funky, but they've like until now we've basically had just text, which has been difficult to pass and also doesn't sell the game on the book, right? Like you can't look through it and see it and it's cool. Whereas this is the first one that we've got where it's got a lot of the art in there and we've got the layout kind of in there and it's all looking real good. And
Apologies if anything snaps while I'm trying to be hard, firm with this thing.
Hey, Turquoise.
Hey, Turquoise. I'm mid-drilling, sorry.
So, I mean, I've got an in-person group for Draw Steel that we can play for a little bit. We're a few sessions in, it's been a lot of fun. We've got a couple of players that are completely new to TTRPGs and have never played before, and they're really enjoying it, which MCM kind of expects that this is not going to be anyone's first RPG. I don't think that's true.
I also do think that a game should always be designed to try and get new players in. And there probably is a correct assumption in that it's not going to be people's first RPG.
Yeah.
However, you want to be at the scale where if you blow up for whatever reason,
Yep.
and it's not guaranteed, and you might not, and D&D will always be it's you're not competing with D&D, you're competing with like the other indies realistically, and they know that, but
Yeah. And look,
there is a chance you might.
Yeah, it's 100%. Like these are new players and they're really enjoying it. And I think they have designed it well for that purpose.
Yeah.
I kind of like that it is a game that knows it's a game and is like has no shame in being a game.
Yeah.
In the way that some things do, like where they try and be like, that's where you get like the meta talk discussion where it's like, well, guys, I'm not a hero in this world. My knowledge does not match my character's knowledge. That's what metagaming is trying to fill that gap a little bit, right? Like, we aren't 5 heroes that know how to fight in a combat. So the way that we work that out is go, oh, well, I have this ability that does this, and I know that they just took a bunch of damage, even though I can't see them in character, right? It's happy to acknowledge this game and make it a fun experience.
Bloody close. I'll drill on this side. So I need to go deeper.
They still in pain. I'm glad. This is the bit I didn't want to do anyway.
Oh, I can hear some cracking there.
How are you gonna get that thing home?
We were just talking about that.
Saying maybe I'll ship it. It wasn't too bad to
We
bring over.
we do not have a box that can handle this. You're probably gonna need to. You're gonna need some kind of foam apparatus
Yeah.
that is shaped to it.
Yeah. I got a few times.
Or
days to work it
put
out,
it in your
so.
carry-on and be very careful.
Well, it was in carry-on when I came over.
But like, when I say carry-on, I mean hold it.
Yeah.
You can like wrap it in bubble wrap, but it's
That'd be enough.
something to support the wheels.
Yeah.
Critty Role was really good. I really like Critty Role.
Phenomenal.
I think I liked the Sydney show better, but I liked the stakes of this one a lot.
Yeah. We're talking about like you.
I liked
also,
I liked the mystery of it, but I
Yeah.
also was having a really bad mental time last night, so I definitely
Yeah,
was affecting
a
it.
time. I was sitting, not with these guys. I'd got a ticket on my own. I was sitting on my own. I fucking loved it. But I've been watching Critical Role since year one. That's
Well, that's the thing.
that's how I got into D&D originally.
Well, Jess, you never watched it, like literally never, ever. Like
Yep.
Jess was googling the characters as we were watching it, type thing.
Yeah. But there was never going to be a time where I didn't have a fucking amazing time. Like, I have watched those nerdy-ass voice actors for 10 years now.
It's funny that they do it. You know what's funny? When we first started Split the Party, we posted a thing on Reddit. We're like, hey guys, we're Split the Party. Think about like Critical Role, except we're like Australian and much less talented. And then they watched it and they were like, I like that you guys said that because it's true, but you're humble about it. Like in a way that's not like, Reddit can just be like, yeah, you guys are shit.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, it's cute and admirable that you guys were like, just, whole heart, with your whole ass just being like, we're not this, but, if you need a comparison, we're like this.
Yeah. Roughing it up.
I'm making the edges rougher. Yeah, so this is I don't have files directly here, or if you want to go grab files so you can get some of this glue off, there's a big white stack of drawers, and there's like a tray in there.
Office?
Yeah, and then there's like it's almost like nail file looking files.
Yep, yeah.
They're really nice grit.
I'll get those.
Few of my friends from my first D&D campaign were there. Dude, something really cool. One of my... I'll wait for them to come. Oh, wait, sorry. I'll wait for them to come back, because I have a cool story about one of the players that I saw last night. I also saw, Elliot, I saw Carrie from PAX. Like, I ran into them as they were carrying a bunch of beers to their seat, because we were all on the floor area. Also, the seats that we got, freaking awesome. Shout out to Emily for helping us get them. And our ticket group was like Envy and Promi and Emily and Shawnee, Dragon Break Shawnee, who also came to the Sydney show with us. Then Shawnee came down for the Melbourne show. It was awesome to see them again. And then Ellie B, also who slept on my couch and then flew out at 6 a.m. this morning immediately. Flew in yesterday for the show, came to the show with us, got some dinner, and then left. Not in a bad way, it was great seeing her. But she got to go to Japan, and hike up Mount Fuji in like 3 days. Emily's the best. Yeah, I love Emily. Emily's a good being, and now she's in my city. She's in my city. Alright, so this is working now. What I don't love is these little holes are full of super glue. You get them?
Yep.
So this is another thing you can do with these is, because we got some resin on this still, we can just rough it up, and then roughing this up will actually make the super glue stick a bit better.
Yeah, because I tried just super gluing it before stream, but it was...
it just went everywhere.
Yeah. It went everywhere, and also just wasn't holding long enough for the glue to actually take.
So I'm also going to like just do a bit of this in here, and maybe your nubs will stick better as well, because I'll get rid of that super glue.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good now. You just need to gap fill it a bit.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do is we're going to spray prime it and then gap fill it, and that way you can work on it while it's curing.
Yeah.
And as long as you don't work on this area, you can work, because it's such a big model, you can work on anything
big
else.
model, yeah.
What I would also suggest is not priming this in purple. So if you want to,
color,
there's a brown or a gray. If you want to, it's kind of rocky, so gray might be good. Or do you want to?
I think I might do the brown and then
Where's
go
that Spyro
to the
thing?
gray.
You could do Spyro colors as well. So, where's that model? Was it down there?
You just
No,
There's multiple. There's
Well,
multiple.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, my city too. No, well, so you're in the region. So this is getting painted like Spyro, if anyone needed a reference. I actually coincidentally had a purple spray paint because Jess actually had one painting some other Warhammer dragons, and they are currently primed in purple. So probably when I get some dragons as well, I might paint one in a purple as well.
It's a hefty
Okay,
boy.
so I'm looking at, so show it to everybody because it's quite big. So see the tiling down here? What we want to do is probably replicate that. So you're probably going to want to paint it in that grey. And I have a grey spray that is basically this color, but the primer.
Yes.
So there's one just called Mech Standard or Mechanicus in there.
Yep. Oh, cool.
And I would actually suggest priming this in that color, and then we are going to spray the dragon, hopefully separately. But I don't know how you're going to do that. But if you get a little bit of purple on the base, it's not going to matter. Or you could just make it easier for yourself and only prime it in purple. It will be easier overall.
Yeah, I might do it only
Because then you'll have to hold it by here to prime it otherwise.
What I might end up doing is trying to get like a purple rune glow effect off the base.
Yeah. Okay, I've made your gap a lot closer, by the way.
You've made it closer?
Yeah.
Yeah, see. Oh.
The other thing is your dots aren't the correct size.
Dots aren't?
These aren't the correct size.
Which dots, sorry?
These aren't flush. They're not going to fit properly together, which is why you've got a gap.
Yeah.
So what's actually happening here is that it's not lining up. Just because resin, like when you printed parts, this is like
Yeah, it's imperfect.
genuinely a part of the process. You have to like hobby it together. And Games Workshop has the same thing too. They got the Forge World resins, and you have to like sometimes bend those back in place.
Yeah,
You have to
I
do
think
this other
part
stuff.
of it is also
I'm happy to
these
go
were glued.
past normal time, by the way, because we
yeah.
started late.
Yeah.
And we don't have anything on the
we got
arm.
nothing on. I think it was also like they were glued, and
See,
now
that's a
there's
lot
the
better.
excess glue in the way.
The other thing you want is, so you've got a cheat here. See how your dragon has a nice shadowy area where you're not going to see it?
Mm-hmm.
If by chance you go, okay, well, what's the front look like? It looks like that. You're going to have to green stuff that too back.
Yeah.
But you look at that and you're like, there's a bit of a bigger gap here. What you can do is you can also angle it, so you can be like, I want this side to either be the more gap so the green stuff will get in there, or you can hide the other one and put it back here a bit.
Yeah.
So where's our contact point? So that contact point down here is actually larger than the hole. So we can cheat that because we have a drill, and I can just straight up make the hole bigger.
Right, well, you do that. I'm gonna take quick bio.
Yeah, you do what you want. I love that people say bio break. I'm not, I don't. Is there a thing for accessibility that people like don't want to hear? They're gonna go to the loo. But I guess bio break is also like
It's just a more.
it's a catch-all because you could be like I'm having a snack and stuff.
Yeah, it's,
That makes sense.
my sim bar go up and I need to do something about it.
The hat is still on the fourth wall if anyone does want one. I don't know what I would do. I mean, I would put it straight into a thing that Elliot works on because it literally is related to Elliot. So it's, in terms of that, we can also talk about it. I left it up there just because I didn't know what to do with it at the time. So, Elliot, we can talk about it later if you want. But until then, I think it's like $3, $4 profit. We tried to make it really cheap. Well, the profit on it. But yeah, I can also take it down if people want it to be super limited. I said the shirts design will never be done again, and that is true. There will never be that shirt design up again. Turgos, by the way, I am finally brain space free enough. We will start sending that stuff out for you because I've got a couple of the prizes still left to sort out in that sense. And I was able to give Ellie this there last night, actually. Also, if people are messaging me, I cannot see it today. It does not have the visual on it. But I hope everyone enjoyed my very basic social media post that just paint. What's the tariff on bananas? I still need to discuss whether I can swap one of the shirts for a hat. So it looks like because the hat's got a different cost associated with it, it'd probably be just the 2 shirts still. When I looked into it. So I would suggest if you want 2 shirts still, get both designs. Get like one full art and then one pocket art. That way you don't have to have the exact same thing. And then you can still change all the colors in that. So it's just the hat, because it comes from America, has a significantly different manufacturing process by the look of it. And it became really hard to warrant as a freebie, which is why we didn't do it in the first place. But I was like, when we were talking about it last time, I just couldn't remember the whole process. The other thing we could do is if you really want to pay it forward, you could, we could send you maybe the one for next event if you want to try and put it forward to that, but we're looking at doing the giveaways slightly differently next time, so just to make it easier on our end, really. Critty Role was 12 out of 10? Yeah, it was. Did you do both, Simo? Yeah. Yeah, the hat, because the hat has to be manufactured in America, whereas anything that's the shirts are all made to order here. Oh, why is that doing that? Not happy with my shirts. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What the fuck? I ended up getting, what's going on here? I ended up buying 2 of the shirts for myself. And then the chairs on the floor are a pain to set up. Hey, Simo. I got a very soft, so did you set up the chairs down there? I got a very soft bone to pick with you in a I love you way. And you probably didn't have anything to do with it. The seats were all like directly in front of each other, so I had someone with the biggest head straight in front of me, and every time they were directly in line with Matt Mercer, and every time I would try and like look to the side to like see him, they were like a sway watcher, so I would just constantly fight with the pendulum of like how it's set up. Like, it was fine overall. I could see the show, and there was also someone else blocking my view of Tom Hardy, which was, again, I'm not gonna like say anything to anyone. I was just like, I wish I could see better. But I would just watch the monitor when I really couldn't see someone. There was also times where I just straight up disassociated in the show, because mental health, and I would just like stare at the monitor, so I wouldn't miss the show, but I just wasn't like fully focusing on the stage. Reminder for story once Pats returns. Yeah, no worries. Would like to get a hat. Hey, we'll leave them up for a while, and then you can do it when you feel like it. All right, so this is looking pretty good. I've made the holes a bit smaller. The nubs are still kind of like weird to the point where I just might straight up cut this bottom one off. If that's all right, Pats. Turquoise has a story when you're back, by the way. No rush. Yeah, you're right. He's doing his bio break still. Yeah, it's constant issue. So many artists. Yeah, it's like, the only other thing I could think about is like, if you can be like, hey, we just need one less seat in each row to do like the alternating thing. It depends if they want to like have slightly more tickets or like more accessible seating, you know? That's literally up to like the show artist. But how fucking cool was Tom Hardy getting probably his dream come true in a thing? Oh, did Moth ever get back to you, by the way, about the thing I'm not going to say on camera? Yeah? Vague? Okay, yeah, fair enough. I want to hear more about that. In a cool way.
Yeah, they didn't tell me much, but yeah, I got a little bit of it.
Fucking rad.
Yeah, I got like a one message thing.
So that's looking better. This bottom nub is just giving us trouble. So this one's almost flush, but this bottom nub is just like, what the fuck? So I could just pin it, or I could just straight up like just get rid of that. I just don't want to use this blade. Check.
I turned my mic off when I went. So
Oh, you back?
Sure. Yeah, back.
So can you just black grit sand that nub all the way down?
Oh yeah, Turquoise, I was on to that. Yeah, you had a story, and then I was going for bio, so you're gonna.
Oh, yes. I was gonna wait till Jess is back. I don't have no idea where Jess is.
Also to buy a brick.
Huh?
Also buy a brick.
Buy a brick?
Buy a brick.
Oh, just buy a brick.
Yeah. Well.
Oh wait, she doesn't play Balatro.
Yeah.
I sit on the toilet playing Balatro when I need like a mental. Like, you know when
You
I haven't.
see a little break.
This is what I haven't had, which is probably getting to my overwhelmedness, but between doing things, I need just like at least 10 to 20 minutes of just like
Switch off.
like no to gear shift. Effectively, that's a switch off, but I haven't had it in the last like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is why when we went to the hotel room and had to immediately leave for Eva's thing, I was like, I'm not antsy, but I really, really wanted just to not be in a taxi or not an Uber and just lie down. And I know that,
That was-
we spent in like an hour in an Uber,
Yeah,
but that's not that
so-
time.
Especially because that Uber was warm. I was sweltering.
I get so irritable when I'm warm because I'm just like a dog cracking the shits.
And that was nothing because of the Uber.
No,
they
he was
were
fine.
lovely.
I also get really car sick, so
yeah.
I was trying to play Balatro and I was like, and I had to just be cool because I was like, if I do this for too long, and I think I paused every now and then, if I get too motion sick, I have to lie down for like half an hour or more, and like maybe even go unconscious and have a little sleep. I went to go-karts here with our good mate Tom, Cookie
Tom.
Monster Carl. I drove around the course very fast, because
Just go-karts, that's what you want to do.
well, I like not just fast, like floor it around every corner drifting, and you know they didn't get up me because I didn't hit anyone or cause any danger. But I reckon they could have.
Yep.
Because I'm a little maniac on those things. I made myself very car sick by the end of it. Like to the point where I'm like, I need to come home and have a Sprite just to have, you know, when you
Yeah, just a little
like
settle.
the bubbles in your stomach.
Ginger beer?
I don't like ginger beer.
Yeah.
Sprite's really good because lemonade and the sugar like
helps.
put
Yeah.
something in there,
Yeah.
and it's like right here if I was to be vommy. But
Yeah,
if
just,
I was
just counter it a little.
yeah, I get really
Amber.
I get really seasick as well. So when we went to Rottnest, I had to take like some of them quells. What I didn't realize is they make your mouth as dry as the Sahara. And now that I'm taking ADHD meds, my mouth also gets really dry. So I have to be really careful with like breath mints and brushing my teeth. So if I have stank breath now, and I'm sorry if I do, it's because I took my meds and then I had food and I went, my mouth tastes weird.
Yep.
But I do have mints over there if I really need some.
No, I'm not noticing it.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, no, it's like I've just got to be conscious of it mostly.
Yeah. But also, my sense of smell since getting a septum has gone down a lot.
Well,
And
you
I'm not-
also I'm pretty sure the nicotine type things also dull.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But even before.
Sorry,
I
is
was-
that something
No,
you're talking about?
no,
Okay.
okay. Even
Should
before
have
I.
asked. Oh, you got to file the nub down.
Yeah.
Just to nothing.
Yeah.
I can't drill
bottom
bit.
one.
Bottom one. I can't drill bit that though. So we're gonna have to probably green stuff it a little bit more. Ad break. At least it's Norman Reedus with his funky fetus. I don't even know if that's in the game. I'm going to. If you're still able to listen to this, thank you for subscribing and all that. If not, consider there is a way to do it cheaper if you're on mobile. You go through the link that it's like I think !sub. You can avoid all of the App Store fees and all that, which is going to save you like $3-4.
Should have done that.
You should do that.
I didn't.
I specifically in our commands, if you go !sub, it has the
Link.
it has the mobile web browser Twitch subversion page, and it comes up every now and then. So not everyone will see it, granted, but you will save like $4 on your sub that way.
Yeah.
I got a cool story about Critty Role.
Okay.
I don't know if I told you last night.
I don't know.
One of my work game players, Nate, who Leia knows and has played with, was like, "Hey," they were like, "Hey, I'm at Critty Role," and I was like, "Yeah, I know. We were talking about it." He was like, "Yeah, no. Where are you? I want to come say hey in the intermission."
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just like the easiest place to find me would be go directly down to the floor." So we're in Res A on the floor, but there's like a little bar that no one's in. So the line where the toilet was huge, but the line for snacks was like a minute long,
Oh.
and it was.
Oh, is that where you went with
Yeah, that's why I went with Benji.
Shawnee?
I went there with Shawnee, and then I found Benji, and then I found Mohican, and then I found Aaron, and then I found Nate.
You came back with Maria.
Yeah, and then I found Nate. So Nate is his name, but he was fully red, like a tiefling. And he had these tiny little horns, and I don't remember who he was playing, but it might be his tiefling from my campaign. But we're playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and in that campaign, similar to the Vecna one, there's a mechanic and a hook to make you care about it called Lost Things, where at a certain point you went to the Feywild Carnival when you were younger, and you went in without a ticket, and that's bad because the reciprocity of the Feywild demands it. And since the witches, spoiler, the witches are in control of the Feywild, which is the whole plot line, they go, "I'm going to take something from you," and they all took something. So they're in the Feywild. They get to another point where there's this there's a little rabbit who has a gourd that the witch gave him, which can also steal more things, and that's how they mug you. They don't take money; they take esoteric things. What they took from Nate's character he's a bard. They took his creativity.
Oh, rough.
So he's a bard still and can do all the bard things, but he doesn't understand original thought.
He's an AI.
No, so it's not in like a critique way. It's like they're like, oh man, this surely inspires you. He's like, why would it? Like I just play music because I reference music. I don't make my own because I'm unable to. But he doesn't understand he's lost that. But he did it in a really cool way that I love as character development. It was so detrimental to his character, and he didn't even have to do it, but they wanted to find out what the gourd does. And he offered it up, and I didn't tell him what it was going to be, but then I messaged him. No, I don't feel bad when I do that to a character. No, like as in like I was like, I'm gonna fuck with you. Is that alright? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you feel your creativity leave you, and that becomes lost to you until you get it back.
Yeah.
But they still have the gourd, but they're really worried that if they unstopper the gourd, it will do what they did last time. Last time they unstoppered it, all of the little guys, all of the little lost things just burst out and like floated away, and they were like, oh shit. Well, no, and I'm not going to tell them until they work it out. Them opening the gourd releases them back to where they are supposed to go.
Okay.
So if they
Get their stuff back.
if they simply open the gourd, he will get his creativity back, but they are too scared to do it based on the last time. I love D&D and the simple solutions that are too scary. I was telling people last night about how I gave your group, and I did give my other group, my online group, shout out to Angela if you're watching, I gave them unfettered use and unrestricted use of the wish spell, and so far everybody has freaked out about it.
Yeah.
That's the correct response.
That's the correct response. You're like,
It's
what?
also 'cause Matt-
Wish is a monkey's paw.
But Matt is so much smarter than you when you play D&D. You can be the
Specifically
smartest
only
person in the
D&D.
world, and Matt will screw you
Oh, I know it.
in a way. Like I had to act like out of character. Say when we were playing in the Avernus campaign.
Oh,
straight up-
devil deals are, yeah,
I
I'm really
straight
good
up
at
had to
them.
be like, I can't. Like,
I'll do it.
Mentally, I cannot outsmart you. So
Nor should you have to feel like you do.
No, but I felt comfortable enough, obviously, because you're my partner. But I think I would have with any DM to be like, hey, look, my character should be able to understand this, but I personally can't unpick the trick that you're trying to write into the story.
Yeah,
If
but
my character should be able to understand this, I need you to actually explain it to me
In a different way.
in a
Yes.
way that's fair, right? Because
Yeah.
to Matt, I was just like, you're fucking with me, and you know that I'm not gonna pick up on the subtleties of the lie.
yeah,
But with another DM, like you should always feel comfortable enough in a campaign to be like, hey, my character should know this, even
Yeah.
though I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
and
a
so
good DM won't get their feelings all hurt
Yeah.
if they have to explain their game.
Yeah, for sure.
Like out of character.
the other thing as well is like, I'm very happy if players want to, you don't do opposed checks. You can just convince each other. Like, can I do an opposed check? And I'm like, do you want to like actually talk to each other?
Both
and if
players
and if
as well.
yes, and if I know both players are capable of doing that, I don't love always doing opposed rolls because that's taking away agency.
Well,
But
I think that sometimes taking away agency is the fun part of it because
oh yes,
you're not negotiating as people. You're doing it, in the world.
yeah, no, I agree.
And sometimes failing things is more entertaining than succeeding.
Well, if I know there is an imbalance in, I'm a tricksy motherfucker. I know that by my nature.
Yeah.
But it means that I will, in a player sense, I'll talk a ring around someone, even if I don't get what I want. I will wedge something in the leverage there to get what I want in some way. But I know that if even with someone who can do toe to toe with it, I will forego like the DM. Like as Crassius, I'm a shithead because he's a shithead. And I know I'm a shithead generally, but I amp it. So I let them punish me, and I fully consent to it. I'm like, hey, Crassius is a whiny piss baby. Let me know if I ever go too far with this. But you have full agency to like shut me down, cast a spell at me, do this, because your characters, and by extension, you guys might not want to argue with Matt. And that's fine. And I will tone it as such. Like I can gauge, I think it's a trait that people, if you can do, and if you are a talker, gauge that with each player if you can get a sense of it. And then also,
Not hydrate, but level like
Oh. hot chocky.
Do you need to do something to hydrate with?
No, he's got a coffee.
I have a little bit of coffee left.
So where's that pin
Like
piece?
something to hydrate with.
I've got a little
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to wipe it?
You want a what?
Yeah.
Where's my pin piece? Shit.
This bit?
The tiny little pin. Oh yeah, sweet. Can you glue that in now? So character bleed. So that's a really important thing.
That you so bad, but so many things.
I know
I
that
also can't catch.
character bleed's really real,
Yeah, I know,
and
the camera's too expensive.
yeah, the character bleed's really real for some people. I don't personally experience it because I have to do it with DMing a lot, so I've gotten used to it. I know that even when people play it, that's a lot of glue.
Yeah, it was.
I would get this, and then dab it down a bit more because you know it's gonna run. Yes, some people are really attached to their characters, and that's okay. It's not a bad thing. I think, and there was some discourse on the TTRPG community about this. I personally am like, you gotta manage character bleed because there is a level of disconnect that I think is healthy. You should feel like you're attached to your character, but there is an element of like, this is a game. And to me, I'm like, people aren't, if you are having a fight in game, make sure it doesn't transition into real life. And if it does, you got to talk about that.
Yeah.
And it's not that you shouldn't do character bleed. There is a contentious debate of like, I want to feel what my character's feeling. I'm like, yes, but when it crosses the line into like, I'm upset at you as a person because the thing, and I'm going to be real crass about this specific part, it is a game.
Yep.
And I know some people are really attached to the game, but the stakes of what we're doing is to have fun.
Yes.
So if there is a level at which you are no longer having fun in a way that's detrimental to your game, I think it would be or your friendship, those are more important than the game itself.
100%.
And I know that people have a lot of attachment to D&D, but if you can't play D&D because you are having a fight with your friends due to a factor, character bleed being a potential one of them, there is a thing to address there beyond the game itself.
And look, there's an acceptable.
And I know people will disagree with that, but
well,
like,
there's also like an acceptable amount, right? Like you want
I'm not
to
saying
feel
that's-
for your
that's it.
character as well, but yeah, you
I'd be
just
upset
don't
if
want
my
it to be too
character.
much.
I would be upset if my character died, any of
100%.
them.
And and that's why the game is so appealing, is because there is this drama.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like it does evoke emotion. Like it's creative and artistic, and like that's part of that.
Yes, and I think
But there's levels.
I think
lines.
there's an attachment to it, and it's such a subjective opinion, and there is no right answer because it literally is your engagement.
100%.
And I feel connected to my NPCs quite a lot.
Yep.
I try not to, like, I gotta kill them sometimes. I don't want to, but it's what happens. Again, I play so much D&D and have so many characters that there have been NPCs that I have loved that have just died. And, you know, it doesn't mean they have to not live again. And some people do permadeath with their characters. They're like, when this one dies, I move on. I think it's just like making sure that your mental health is in a spot where if you experience character bleed, there are less opportunities for real world consequences. Maybe that's what I'm getting at.
And it's also a thing about like you got to continue to check in because sometimes those things shift as well. Because like
Did you glue that pin in? Yeah, sweet.
you know, like life happens. Sometimes
Yeah.
you'll be going through a story, and then that's so fine for the longest time, and then all of a sudden, you might have something in your life where you're like, actually, this is a little bit too close.
Yeah,
I
I
need
guess
to
that's-
peel back on this. Or
That's
you just,
not character bleed to me as much as that's a real life. It's a real life parallel that comes in. Like,
Yeah.
the character bleed is that like it became triggering for you.
Yeah.
I guess
sure.
in that way,
Yeah,
because
gotcha.
it's like that's not character hurt. I'm hurt. That's real world. The game got too real and too close to home.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe that is character bleed.
I mean, I was thinking more. So I had a character recently that was like a pretty.
That's true. That's
Yep.
true. I agree. That's what I'm saying. That character bleed's not bad. Werewolf. I'm saying like it's a management thing.
Yep.
Because you got to
Yep.
go like this is a game we're having fun.
And
that
those-
person may not be attacking me personally.
Yep.
And I have to be aware of that.
Yes.
And if they are attacking you personally, they're doing something as well.
Yeah, and also
you may not be the one experiencing. They might be.
everyone's level of that confidence is also different.
Yeah, for sure.
So it'll change. You know, like what you are comfortable with is not always what someone else is comfortable with.
No, that's why you do a big session 0.
Yeah, 100%.
Every game I run.
I did see a really good point online. It was like, hey, session 0 is good. That's really important. But also, you should probably be having those conversations through the whole game as well.
Session
and
0
if you use the session 0 as an excuse not to keep those conversations happening, which is what I was saying. Like, those
that's terrible.
circumstances change.
Hold this, please. What you should be doing in a session 0 is establishing a baseline, and we did this for Barovia, we did this for Dragon Break, and we'll forever do this. It is always an evolving conversation.
Yes.
Now, with my group, like with Jess and stuff, we've been playing with each other nearly like 10 years, so we innately know what's going on, but I will tell people what's going on in the campaign to start with, because we have a player who's really bad with arachnophobia. So we made a bunch of spiders full of glitter and things. And like, if you make the arachnophobia of the spiders ridiculous, they don't look like, they look like spiders, but they're not triggering as spiders in that sense. So that was part of our session 0, going like, hey, this is making a player comfortable in a way that they can play with the group, but still keep some of the stuff that makes the campaign, because there's a lot of spiders in that campaign.
Yeah.
But they're like spider plus something.
Is that?
Yeah,
that's exactly right. And that's the other thing is that, like, session 0s also don't always work, because sometimes it's like, these are my lines of veils at the start, but you can either discover or you can have them change as well. That's why ongoing conversation.
And it did.
Hopefully people feel comfortable and confident enough with the group that they're with to say, hey, I don't like where this is going, and I want to
Yeah.
and like you can, that people will accept that and not take it personally.
Anyone should be able to put an X card or a veil card up at any moment, and then you can talk about it later. The community, like, and I press this so strongly because I've been burned by it. I have not been burned by it. Communicate, man. Like, you gotta don't sit on something. If there's an inkling of a problem or something didn't feel right, just flag it.
Yep.
Because that's like, and you could be hyper aware of it. It might, it's gotta. If you don't know something's wrong, and we don't know something's wrong unless the person experiencing the thing tells you.
Yeah, and that's probably the more important thing about a session 0, right? Is being able to establish those
even
tools.
after that.
Well, yeah, but establishing those tools of like, here's those lines of communication, keep them open, and that way, if you do come across something, this is how you can address it, right?
Yeah.
Like that's probably just as important as establishing those things.
For sure, and like, I will be re-upping session 0 for Dragon Break when it comes back. I'll be re-upping session 0 when we get some new Barovia cast in, because there is literally new people coming into a new group dynamic, which I may have a person out of 2 for that.
Oh, yeah,
I gotta tell Elliot and them. Actually, no, I think I did, but I need to like sit down with that person and be like, is this?
Yeah.
You've said keen. Is this something you want to do? Can you commit?
Yeah, and that's the other thing to talk about. Yeah, for that game, like, I use MCM safety tool sheet, which covers a lot of stuff that is probably never going to come up in my game.
So shout out to Madaloon, who is an Aussie creator. They got nominated for a Crit Award for their safety tools checklist and Session 0 stuff. So I might even switch over to hers, because that's sick.
Yeah, okay, I might have a look at it.
Even with our charity events, I try. Sometimes it gets lost in like the organization of it.
Yeah.
Where I can, I try to have the heads up, because we're doing chili and shit, right? Like, people can't do that. When we get to the game, I'm like, hey, the major thing with this is food stuff. If you don't like food stuff, you don't have to do any of it. There will be food stuff at the table, though. Let me know if that's okay or not.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, our game, my game in the charity one, we had someone that was like, yeah, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this stuff.
I can't do the food. They're like, I've got like a sour soda. I'm like, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
In fact, you can choose somebody else to do it for you if you want.
Yeah.
It's not a forced thing, but like, there's a couple of people who just couldn't do chili. They're like, my stomach won't do it. Like, it actually just can't.
As well as people who just didn't want to.
Yeah.
It's not mandatory.
I think we had a couple of people that were just like, I just don't feel like it. And I was like, that's fine. Like, there is no mandatory thing. It's just, we are doing it because we know it gets donations, but you are here to play a game and raise money for charity in just not that aspect.
Yeah, and like the whole point of the chili thing is that it's not a fun experience. Like,
it sucks.
Yeah, that's the whole point of that.
That is ready to prime. Are you gluing it to the base?
No, I'll leave the base separate, I think, because it
So
sits
you're gonna
pretty
hold this
nicely.
and prime it like that, because you're gonna have fingerprints all over it.
I'll get gloves.
No, it's gonna stick to the
What I'm gonna do is
glove.
try and hold this.
Don't do that.
Oh.
I've dropped so many models, and this is resin, and we have just spent an hour doing this. So,
You think glue?
Just glue it. Just glue.
Okay.
I'm
Even if you just glue it like a very, very, very small bit, you can snap it off later.
yeah, glue it by the nub and
Yep,
then snap
yep,
it out. But like, I'm gonna be real. If you break it again, you're on your own.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'll spend a long time doing that, so you're on your own. So you've done that. You've got paint there. You're gonna shake the hell out of that. But yeah. So that looks good. I think that's sitting there nice. And then you'll have to do that whole square.
You reckon?
Yeah. Because that has a thin layer. I shouldn't have had too much spice, but I'm glad I found an option that works so I could be part of it. Yeah, exactly. GDQ heart. Yeah, I appreciated that. Yeah, no one has to do it. That's the thing. Next time I'm going to drink sauce out of mats with a straw. No, no one's baby birding me or look, you can. I just don't know what I want to do with that. I watched you guys do it and I'm like, that's fucked.
Who baby bird a hot sauce? I don't think I remember that.
Huh?
someone
No,
baby bird
I've
hot
watched
sauce? No.
Envy Baby Bird outside of a stream
Oh,
and I was like,
yeah. I've seen that.
I'm witnessing a lot right now.
Oh, yeah,
And
that
it's
was-
not like a horny thing. I'm just like, that's happening in front of me and
Yep.
I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I felt good. I was having a good time.
it's not, no, I'm never going to say don't do it. I'm just like, fuck, that is happening.
Yeah. You know what else happened?
What?
Tramp stamp.
Oh, yeah, but, does anyone want to see the real life tramp stamp? We ain't going to get TOS'd because it's not full nudity.
Yeah.
Just lower back. Would anyone like to see the tramp stamp?
Yeah, I went out and got it. Like within a week, I think, of getting back, I went and
Yeah,
got it.
it was days after you got back.
Yeah.
You can get I mean, it's been on social media, but you can see the real life, almost butt. Ah! My Warhammer magazine's about to come out, but I don't need it for at least another month.
Oh, thanks, Turquoise. Yeah, it's especially when it's people I don't know, and especially in a public setting. Like, it's really important to make sure everyone feels comfortable because
That's a fun fact about the charity event. I would say about at least 30 to 50% of those people in the first couple events I'd never played with before.
Yep.
I met them that day, and I was like, "Hey, get in the table. We're gonna fuck you up."
Yep. What?
Sorry in advance.
Are you ready to shit shots of blast?
Yeah, I met Kerry, who Astro Kerry is the content manager of PAX.
Yep.
I met her that day. We follow each other and all that. We've interacted a bunch. I had never met him in person before that day,
Yep.
and I was like,
And they were so lovely, too.
incredibly. They're great. I met him. I found him again last night. I'm going to talk to him. Is it Thursday?
Today, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to catch up with him tomorrow.
I've got games tomorrow morning too.
You do. Yeah, I'm going to catch up with him a little bit tomorrow. But I was just like, hey, after the event, hey, I do this with a bunch of the comedians and all that. Do you want to just like catch up digitally or over coffee in a context that isn't torturing each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said it, I was like, man, I want to catch up with Carrie without having hot sauce.
Exactly. And they're chill.
Yeah.
Look, right now, onwards, I was like, hey, do you have a time for a coffee? They're like, not in person. PAX is crazy. And I
Yeah.
went, so fair. So like the start of the year would be their like,
Yeah,
talk to me period. But I reckon from now until October, it's going to be like grinding that wagon.
Yeah, me
because,
too.
Because the PAX applications, get them in before they close. I think it's July 6th.
Yes, it is.
And you
actually,
do not
that
miss
reminds
that
me,
date.
I gotta send you ours because we've drafted it.
Oh, you're just going to get me to read it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
That's
cool.
okay. If anyone has PAX panel ideas, I will be able to give you objective opinions on it, as long as you're okay with hearing me be like, this will or won't get up based on some of this stuff.
That's the feedback I want.
I'm happy
and
to
we're-
do that in a factual sense, because
Yep.
having done panels, I know what they look for.
Yeah, we'll have a little chat about it after.
Yeah.
Because Roman's drafted it, and then
So
although
ours-
ours will probably get changed again because we have reached out to get sponsorship for it too, which means we'll be able to add.
You
so-
put all that in the app, right?
Yeah.
You just put all of that in there.
Yeah, we're just
And
gonna wait to.
If
do
you
that.
have a well cooked idea, and I gotta say, there's a really good video Kitty did last year that PAX just didn't even make a new one of. They just retweeted it this year.
Yeah,
She was just basically like, here is how to do it. Here's what we look for.
which is
Do
in
not-
the application thing. Like it is at the top of the page when
Watch
you go
it.
to do an application.
100% watch it.
Yep. Roman was handily writing it, so I'm assuming that
Envy, I got this off Tom Scar and one of his videos. It's like, when you start making shit, it's gonna be shit. It's going to be shit for a while, and you're going to make bad things.
Yep.
Do not give up. Get better. And the get better is knowing why that was bad.
Yep. Yep.
And it's like, and I need to hear my ideas are trash so I can make better ideas. Because otherwise, you're just going to make the same thing over and over again.
100% turquoise. Trash ideas make the way for good ideas, right?
Yeah.
That's
Constructive destruction of your deconstruction, or no, just destruction of your ideas.
Well, I was like making a joke on constructive criticism. It's like constructively destructing, destroying your ideas, breaking them down.
I've been told a couple times in my content creating career, I showed someone what I was making and being like, hey, I want some like mentoring, blah, blah, blah. And they straight up were just like, stop. I don't think this is good, just stop. And I was like, fuck you, no.
that's
not feedback. They're like, I think what you're making is bad and I think you shouldn't do it and you should let someone else do it. And I'm like,
that's bad feedback.
I was like, what kind of feedback is that? That's not feedback. That's just telling someone to give up on what they are trying to do and also come to you as someone who is like a mentor, maybe, or like a position of power or authority to go, what can I do to make this better? They were just like, don't.
Yeah, for someone with less confidence and less determination,
They'd give up.
it shuts down an entire career.
Yep.
It could be really good. You can move past it, but a lot of other people are not
Yeah.
capable of doing that.
No, I'm fully aware that I have the, like, watched a lot of anime in my childhood, shown an ability of, like, they say I won't do it, and I go, well, now I'm going to prove you wrong.
I
I'm
think
gonna do it even harder.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the fire in my belly and let my dreams not be dreams, pierce the heavens. Gurren Lagann. Drill.
Drill baby drill.
Drill. No, not Gina Reinhardt. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Gina Reinhardt. No, like my drill is a drill that will pierce the heavens, and then they, you break through the. It's a limit break thing. It's very inspiring.
I always
Great
have
anime. Actually, my favorite.
Something I learned in like uni, like directing stuff, which was, and I think this applies really well, is like praise broadly, critique specifically.
Yeah.
Right. That's because
If you want me to tell you that your idea is good just because you want the feedback of your idea is good, you're not asking for feedback. You're asking for praise.
yeah,
And
which
a
is
lot-
fine because sometimes you want a bit of validation, and that's okay. You can be like, hey, is this okay?
Yeah, if you want to
But-
be like, but it's like a look what I did, and then that's like a validation versus,
Yep.
can you critique this,
Yep.
and then all you want is someone to say it's good. That's not that.
Criticism sandwichy makes it easier to accept.
Yes.
The difficult thing is when they're also, like the person that's providing the feedback is also looking at it as a whole and saying, here's where you're doing really well, and here's where you improve.
Another important thing there,
Whoa,
though, is
I was
like,
talking about this with Dale the other day. Sorry, finish your thought.
don't give feedback if someone doesn't want it. Like,
Oh, totally.
yeah, right.
If
That's
someone's asking
Yes,
for it,
100%.
You also want to highlight what they're doing well.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they could just be wanting to hear, like, they've just put time and effort into this. They just want to hear some validation, and that is also very valid.
You are.
Because you're not always in the mood or wanting to hear the critique. Because the other thing is, you might have been slaving away and you might have already got
Yeah.
all the critique of your own. So you just want to hear someone say, hey, this is the right direction. This
If
is
you-
good. Like, keep it up.
I've definitely been guilty of that when someone's like, look at this thing, and I'd be like, can I make a suggestion?
But that's it. You ask, can I make
Oh,
a suggestion? It makes a
I'm never
difference.
gonna, because like, I've been video editing for 15 years.
Yep.
So I actually had a really good conversation with Dale on the way to dinner the other day. And Dale's like a legacy YouTuber at this point. You know, they worked with Geek. They were literally
2013
they were
started.
literally in the chat moderating. They were working with Geek and Sundry.
They're in the first
They were
episode
on the
of
Geek.
Critty Role.
They were in the first episode of Critical Role, like doing the moderation.
Yep.
And they were like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then their career is now their career.
Yep.
But I was in a really good chat with them who was like, and Dale's like, I'm going to upload like once a month and that's enough money. I don't fully know that. But like, they're clearly like a career YouTuber. And we had the same, it's so wild that there's the same level of thinking in the work done, right? Video editing is hard. And I was like, I'm nowhere near your level. And I've been editing 15 years and I'm burnt out on it. And she was just like, yeah, man, I'm lucky that I can hire someone because I don't want to do it either.
Yep.
And I was like, do you also get the thing where, and I think G also perked up about this, I was like, do you get the thing where if someone's like, hey, can you look at my edit and what do you want to do with it? The first question I also ask is like, as a career editor, what level do you want of this? Because I can go on like, what level of experience do you want coming from this? Because I can go from like, here's some beginner editing tips, here's some mid-level advanced, but here's also pro-level tips. Because
And also, how much time do you want to spend on the edit?
That's another
Yeah,
question
yeah,
of
yeah.
like, how much do you want to do? Because like, if someone's like, I want to do this, I'll be like, I could very well just be like, oh, you just do this, this, this. That's like 20 hours of work. And they're like, oh, I don't want to do, I want to do like an hour. I'm like, oh, we'll do this then.
Yeah.
Which is why I'll always ask like what level of editing they would be happy with doing and or their skill level.
Yep.
Because like, if someone's like, what can I add to this to make it funny? Or I'll be like, something real easy, take you like 10 minutes, just do that. And that's a great joke. You could spend an hour on it, but don't do that.
This is too loud.
It'll be, yes. All right. So like, I think also like in the criticism, asking if you know there is different skill levels in it, asking what level of thing they want to have. Because in the example where I was like, what can I do to make my videos and channel better? And I got simply don't. His mic's off, but it's still loud as fuck. It's still like a matter of like, what? Yeah. If anything, just go just outside the door, leave it cracked. You can listen. But yeah, I guess it's like making sure to know what level of feedback you're going to give. Because in my case, where I got the just stop doing it, they were professional funny people, and they may have said it as a joke, but I didn't take it as a joke. As someone who was looking for a colleague question rather than a we're on right now, because it wasn't on a stream either. It was just like talking to someone. Yeah. And I was just like, this sucks. And it was like, you know, it definitely stuck with me. This happened like 5-6 years ago. But you don't forget that kind of stuff in your journey of work. And like since then, I have been now doing content as the regular, content and or DMing. So it means that the just stop was completely invalidated. I guess what I'm saying is, even if someone says your thing is bad, it's an avenue to be like, well, what could it be better? Pats is shaking the spray pan dick outside. And I have to hydrate this wet palette, which has gone all dry and crumply. Norman Reedus and his Funky Fetus 2, Jess, is out.
I know.
Is that out today?
Officially, yeah, I think so.
Ooh. Could go a little bit of Deathy Strand.
We don't have the time to do that, but you could go.
You don't.
Oh, I want to watch you play Deathy Strand.
Oh no, I don't want to play it today. I want to probably go pick it up.
Yeah, well, you want me to find, like check on JD or something?
Yeah, sure. I won't say no to that. It's also like, I'm still unsure if I want to like stream a bit of it or not. I don't think I want to stream the whole game. Just periodically, being like, this is where I'm at. Because that game is long and dense. Deathy Strand. And it's now predecessor Deathy Strand 2.
Oh, Death Strand's right,
Yeah, Norman Reedus and his Funky Fetus, the game. Amazon delivery, but future hellscape. Oh, sorry. Amazon delivery, but more future hellscape.
Accurate. Two glovies.
Yeah, same draw.
Oh, you're out of those.
I'm out of glovies. Oh, shit, out of luck then.
Yeah, because you fucking put the box back empty.
No, there's some in the 3D printer area in the garage. There should be some in the garage. Yeah, that's too big to use the spray handle as well. I feel a little yucky. Oh, I think, I don't know, it might be my meds. Meds mixed with food, mixed with, maybe they gave me the wrong liquid in this coffee. Chocolate. I definitely don't want any more of the sandwich. It's because my meds kicked in and I went, I don't want this anymore. But it can go in the fridge. I'm also incredibly exhausted because it's been a week and a half of just doing shit non-stop, and I think my body's rejecting it. I wouldn't be surprised if when you guys all leave, I reckon, I might even get sick. Huh?
Tonight.
No, like on whenever you go.
You want anything watched?
Like I meant when Pats leaves. I think I need an Odin sleep. Yeah. Where's the contrast bucket? Oh, there. Can I just grab that? Bong. Need a good hibernation. Agreed. Where did I put that? Oh. Where my paints? I don't know where my paints are. Is it this one? Oh shit, did I take them back from George's house?
Yeah, so you got the garage, front and the back.
I might have left some paints at George's.
Sorry, I'll just grab it to yours.
I don't think I left paints at his, but I sure may have. That's annoying. That's annoying. How you doing, by the way, chat? They've ditched me. They've fully ditched me. I don't know where they've gone. And I don't want to leave you alone, because then I'm ditching you like an abandoned dad getting milk. And I don't want to do that to you. Noodle oil. I do be existing. Well, that's good. It is good to exist. Basilicanum Grey. Sometimes existing is what we can ask for. I think that's a good distinction to make. Where's me Black Legion or the Black Templar? Where's the Black Legion or the Black Templar? Is it in me room still? That's so fair. Is that something people are looking forward to right now? I want to hear about that too. Pats, when you come back, I have to get up. I don't know where my Black Templar went. Is there paints over there? Oh, actually, they are over there.
There's the whole container down here.
There should be a couple paints just over there. I think I left them there.
There's 3, but there's no.
That's actually what I want. Is it like Black Templar in them?
You got Legion.
That works.
Yeah, Legion, contrast medium, and flesh shade.
Good enough. Thank you. All right. So I'll be using that again. I'm okay. Yeah, I don't know what.
What do you want? What do you want?
Nothing.
You said oh like you wanted something.
No. Oh no, I couldn't work out what I wanted. I'm gonna steal a bunch of Pats's water though.
Huh?
I had to just thief Pats's water for me jar.
Oh, that's alright. They don't need it to hydrate yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. You stole it? Give it back. Give it back.
How'd you get in here?
How'd you get in my house? Contrast medium, that works. Where's me little... I also got at Disneyland, I got another little poppy, because the big pineapple one's Jess's, so I figured I need my own one, and what better way it is to get one at Disneyland for a couple bucks.
Damn.
Yeah.
Very cute. Make it all rainbowy. And pop all the fucking colours out of it.
Yeah. I know where you live. I do
Oh,
not.
I'm going to big stretch.
Mmm.
Good.
Is he stretching?
No, he's just.
No, he's watching us.
Yeah, he keeps hanging off the side.
Can you see him? He's like just here. You can see him like hanging off the edge there. Wonder if it'll. There he is. Fuck, where is he? There he is. It's his little arm.
I don't know why he's hanging around like that.
Because he wants to. He's watching us. He
Yeah,
can't.
but he can see you from on top of the hammock. Like, I don't know why he's hanging off the side like a little weirdo.
I don't know.
Little weirdo.
Because he's a freak.
Yeah.
You answered your own question.
Shit, you right.
When you write, you write. Because he's a little freak, my love. Okay, so here's something that I did at Nova. I'll let Pat show off his own model. But this is a very rushed job.
Oh, did you want to see the Critty Role dice, by the way?
Yeah, let's give the Critty Roll dice a little looky. Oh, that's stanky.
Stanky.
Yeah, well, it's been in that the whole time, so it's been...
Oh, it's got paint stank.
Jess also got a Critty Roll dice.
Weird.
But,
I mean, I bought
ooh, I actually haven't seen these
it.
yet.
Yeah, it's got that like
Yo.
thing where the map is like just under the surface.
That's
It's
rad.
really cool.
That's like how Moth does her dice.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
That's pretty cool. So it's like Critical Role logo, and then it's, is that the Tal'Dorei or the World Map?
Who the fuck knows, dude? Pat said yes.
Nerds do.
It's the Devon Room map. Just the original.
I don't know what you're saying.
That's pretty sick.
Um,
Oh, yeah. Wait, is this Wild Mount or?
table, I don't care actually. I was like, should I get? Do you want like something to put it on?
Yo! That
Yeah,
primal.
a paint looks great. I should do mine.
You should do yours. I keep telling you to do yours.
I was doing that and I was like, this kind of looks so shiny. I was like, oh no, that's just a little bit. Fuck, this is sick.
It's perfect. It's the perfect color. Like
It's
we
the-
went out and specifically
we went
bought
out-
that for.
Yeah.
And then we also bought like a little
'Cause
dropper
Primer-
bottle of it so that you. 'Cause
Oh,
Primer's
yeah,
not
where-
exactly the same.
where
You
is-
need the actual
We
paint.
need that as well, actually. Oh, is it?
I don't think I have any paints on this.
No, I got Donkey Roads and Army Painter. I think.
Oh, the other one? It should
Well,
be
that's
in there.
stanky. No, I leave those out.
Well, I don't have it, so it will be upstairs if you.
I don't know where that is.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, I leave your paints in a thing.
it's not on my desk. Is what I'm saying.
I think we put them away.
If it's no, that's not it.
Are there droppers up the back?
There's lost varnish in there.
That stinks. You grab one of them. One of them little cubes. Oh, yeah, don't. Yeah, put your shirt on. People have complimented the dice. Oh, yeah.
It's not in there.
Huh. Might be
It's not-
upstairs.
It's definitely not over here. So I don't keep paints on my desk anymore.
Yes. Anyway, I'll let Pat show it off, but I'll show off this thing. This is what I did at Nova. So they invited me to their paint and take, and I just need to, I finally got the footage. And I was painting this noise marine and the style of inspiration of the, I mean, this is, I'm gonna clean this up a lot because I'm very not happy with it. I made a stupid decision and decided to start with yellow and then do black later. But you kind of needed to. But I wanted to make a guy in the color scheme of the Noise Boys, like Brennan Lee Mulligan and them. So this is a Make Some Noise Boy Marine. And so right now, I tried to copy the Emperor's Children color scheme, but just swap out all the colors for like blues and yellows. I actually really like the black trim I've got going there. But this is like, this to me, I hate it because it's super messy. But I can see on camera the scheme is working. And I also made the head flesh tone because I was like, what if this was Brennan? So I will work on that at some point. But the regular guys are going to be, I've actually got the book near me so I can bring up a reference bit. This is one of the other guys. Also the fancy lord with the nipple ring on their armor. They're going to have mostly black armor and then they've got like pink pop colors. Is it not in your like minis box of assembling? Jess?
No, it can't. It's not in there.
I don't know.
I remember we used to have it like up the top of that wooden container, but it is not. It is no longer there.
Fair.
We have moved it elsewhere.
So here's the Lord I just showed off. That's what I would like to get him to. So he's got like this like luscious cape, some pink bits on his armor. There's also, here's the noise boy I just showed off earlier. God, book, get in shot. So there's that guy there. Or like, you know, they kind of alternate on their colors. And then the sword guy that I also could show off, which is this one. Literally the same kind of model. Oh wow, they're like actually to scale in the book.
Yeah, damn.
That's perfect. Same guy, basically. I just put a different helmet on. So they're actually more. They're more. But she's got a new hat. They've got more skin and flesh tone and pinks on them rather than the just black. And then all the tanks are just bright pink. So not in the way that my bubble pop was pink, but like a more muted pink than otherwise.
I know we just talked about. Did we show this dragon off on stream yet?
No, I was waiting for you to do that.
Yeah. All right. This.
Yo.
Yeah.
The camera's not doing it as much justice as it could.
No, hang on. Well, this camera.
Show
was,
it on this
yeah,
one.
This one.
Yeah, that's good shit. Hold on.
I'll do the. Focus, please.
Do the influencer thing.
Wait for this thing to start here.
No, that's too close. Focal range is like 50.
Oh, there we go.
It's too close.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Look at this fucking.
Look at that bad boy.
Does it match with nails? Pretty good. Hey.
That's good dragon. Is your mic back on? Yeah. All right, let's come back out.
Whoop.
And this is why I like interchangeable lenses.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I want. Yeah.
Spend a lot of money.
Make life much better.
I don't. If you're just doing streaming, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
No, but if you it's. And especially if you get good enough that you can just crop in and stuff.
Yeah.
And not gonna
If
matter.
you can
This
get
is
it.
That's so good.
It's a good prime.
Man.
Half your work's done.
Yeah. It's like.
I stand by. I'm just gonna go upstairs and get that paint.
Yeah.
I stand by that if you get a primer that is as close to your color as possible, you will half the amount of work you do, which is why people use airbrushing a lot.
Yeah. Well, I picked up an airbrush so that I could do like, you know, the slap chop or zenithal sort of underneath, and then just do a single contrast color. Because at the time I was also printing a bunch of stuff to use for D&D. So I would get like a bunch of minis in whatever the faction I was doing. So I had gnolls, and rather than like individually painting all of them, because painting is not the thing that I enjoy about minis. Like I really like doing terrain and painting terrain, but it's a very different process to painting minis. But what I would do is I'd print 15 odd minis of I had a bunch of gnolls. So I went through and I did the black prime, the zenithal from the top with an airbrush, which is also really nice and convenient way to do it. And then I would just get a single color of contrast paint and just airbrush that on. And you get these nice little gradients and highlights, but it would just be the single color, but you get like a little bit of a variance because of the zenithal in it, and it's so quick and just easy way to do it. And especially for D&D, where I wasn't going to take the time to do individually painted minis, I was doing an entire faction at once. Just having them all have a matching color made it really pop on the battlefield.
It's not up there.
Nicely. Without having to paint 15 minis for a session. It meant that I could basically prep an entire faction for my game 2 days beforehand, which was really good.
It's great.
Yeah, it's the advantage of, I have a 3D printer, which meant that I want to get minis. I'm like, oh, cool, I'm just gonna get some files, which a lot of the time I go to Loot Studios, who are these same guys that did this dragon, because they do awesome pre-supported stuff as well. And it's just so nice. Where's this camera? I don't know if this is really doing a lot of the detail justice, but like you can see he's got little teeth, he's got beautiful tongue, he's got a nice little eyeball, all these little scales and stuff. This is a really nice mini, which...
What's wrong?
I have no idea what
This was I graduated and started a job, so I got myself a 3D printer, and I got a nice one. But it's so well detailed, which is gonna make painting this really fun. Spyro inspired. I think I'm gonna...
Inspiro, damn it.
Yeah, I wanna... Like this is not as cartoony looking as Spyro. It's got a little bit more spikes and nasty bits. And I think I want to do a bit more detailing in that. But I'm really excited to run this. I think I might even have to look at some Monster Hunter stuff. I think
It's
if
not
I
upstairs.
wasn't doing this as Spyro, it'd be really cool to do it as the, oh god, Nergigante from Monster Hunter Worlds would have been a really good inspiration. It still might be, but I think I want the purples in there because the Nergigante is just like, you know, it's a black dragon with like the white spikes and stuff, which is cool in a game, but for painting, I don't think black's as appealing. I want to have a little bit of color and pop in there. And I also am not doing this for D&D, I'm doing this for Draw Steel, and Draw Steel doesn't do chromatic dragons. It does like, dragons are kind of a combination of elements instead. So I think the lowest rating, like CR rating sort of dragon is called a gloom dragon. So it's like water and fire and air. So it's like this like darkness and smoke kind of dragon, and I really like that. Yeah, Draw Steel, it's not quite out yet, Turquoise. It's due for the PDF release on the 17th of July. I'm a patient of MCM, so I get it, but I do play testing with MCM folks. So I've been playing it for nearly 2 years now, and the game has changed a lot in those 2 years, but I think the last 6 months it's been pretty stable. It's kind of just been balance changes. It is less broad than like 5e, where you can kind of do any kind of game, and it works as like a really good bones for a system, and then you can kind of graft stuff onto it, whereas Draw Steel is like, no, we're doing a specific kind of game, and we're going to do that kind of game, you know, well. We're going to fulfill that specific fantasy. So, you know, the opening chapter of the book is like, hey, this game is heroic fantasy. If you want to play a dungeon crawler, if you want, you know, how many torches do we have, how many arrows do we have, if you want that to matter, don't play this game. That's not what this game is. Go play Shadow Dark. And I really appreciate that they also shout out specific systems that are like, hey, if that's the kind of game you want to play, here's a good system for that, because this is not.
I do like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that another one of their systems or just another system?
No, it's just another system. So Shadow Dark is a very like old school dungeon crawler-esque sort of inspired system.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think.
Sure, it's not in there in that container.
That's the next step, Haz. It could be in there. So look for the dropper bottle of a purple that looks like that in Vallejo, specific color.
Didn't we?
Nope, that's Two Thin Coats. It's a different brand entirely. That's the backup.
Yeah. Is this no?
They'll only be dropper bottles, but
They may also, like, the droppers may have fallen over in this, maybe, like, on the plane on the ground.
yeah,
they
I just went through all my paints upstairs and they're not there. So
Silver cap metallics. Or also colors.
No, there's not, it's not that specific.
Okay.
if you need to, just pull out every dropper. It's overexposed to all heck. What happened?
Oh yeah, wow. I mean, I put the dragon in front, but that
No,
shouldn't
it's-
have.
Image settings, auto exposure. There we go. Way better. I don't know what happened, but it auto exposed weird. Throw back to my nat 20 on death save, only for my power to go straight out after. It knew. Universe was correcting it. You got too powerful. Okay, so I think I liked the idea of going down this route on the flawless blade maybe today. This means I get to paint a little bit of flesh and a bit of pink. Oh, it's kind of like a desaturated zombie-like flesh. I go the pink first.
Well, it's the flesh because they've been the chaos waste, right? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Is that what? The warp? What's the chaos zone in 40k called?
The warp.
Warp, yeah.
The immaterium, the warp. It's just hell.
Yeah.
Hell is real and coming to get you.
Yeah. And speaking to you.
Well, usually they want you to join their side.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it. But
Genuinely don't know where it is.
also, I shouldn't.
It's the fact that the color of the primer, even when you have the exact same color,
different.
is very slightly different because of the propellant and the other thing mixing. What you can do is
I kind of want to try a contrast purple in some of the scales.
you could. Would you like a wash paint instead?
Oh yeah.
Because that'll give you definition without staining it
Well,
too
what I
hard.
want to know is how well this detailing works.
Well, where are you putting your yellow?
Yellow will definitely be here. These armor plates.
What's Spyro look like? He's got yellow wings.
I think I'm doing purple wings.
Do your webbing yellow then.
Yeah. As in this.
Yeah, the webbing, not the spine's purple, webbing yellow. Because that's usually how dragons go in
Yeah.
D&D.
Because I'm thinking now I might actually do this armor plating as like these spikes, maybe like a white. Or like
It's your ball game. White's hard to paint over something that's darker.
Yeah. Or maybe I could do them as the yellow as well.
I think the yellow or a bone yellow would work.
Yeah.
Start
yeah.
here. You're only going to get to this stage today because that's a big dragon.
That's a big dragon.
I feel like a bad luck chance. It's good. Yeah, no, it's good. You won a lot, and it's
Can we
a
share
good
a
thing
palette?
good thing to get a win every now and then, huh?
Can we share a palette?
Yes, you can.
Sick.
Do you want to green stuff that?
Oh yeah, dude.
All right, get a little bit of this. Get a little bit of a. Do you want me to cut you some off just in case you
Ooh,
do too much or
I
too
can
little?
talk about the thing I'm doing this weekend.
I don't. Yeah, sure. I don't remember what that is.
With Let's Roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on it?
Yeah, I am.
Sick.
So Let's Roll for Dragons put out a little casting call, and I was like, ooh, I'm in Melbourne still. And they are doing a Critical Role themed one-shot on Sunday night. And I'm going to be playing everyone's favorite Stinky Wizard. I'm going to be on there playing Caleb, which I didn't realize. I think I'm the only non-cosplayer in that
Yeah,
group.
but they're
Listen-
like whole circles cosplayers. So like,
Oh yeah, which
when
is
we go on, we just do something like
Yeah,
out
look,
of the closet.
They're very much like, you do not need a cosplay, just wear whatever's what makes you feel comfortable. And I was like, yeah, but nothing, I want to try. I'll do what I can with
Yeah.
what I brought.
I mean, that's kind of it.
It's gonna be. It's not even a closet cosplay. It's a luggage cosplay. Like, what did I bring that I can work? And
I think the coat and stuff that you've already got is good.
yeah, I think I'm probably almost gonna be doing like modern Caleb. I think.
I don't
because-
remember what his art looks like.
Yeah, yeah. I'll pull it up. So I had it up recently because
Well,
the
you got to
funny
bring his
thing
vibes.
is,
Yeah, Werewolf knows what's up.
yeah,
You got to bring good vibes.
Vibes and tie that hair back.
yeah, that's it. That's all I got to do, which would be nice and convenient. But I was nearly going to cosplay Caleb for Crit Role and Supernova.
Oh, fun.
And I kind of wish I had got around to doing it now. But I didn't have the time or funds to do it this trip. This is like level 20. And then this is the...
I like that art. That's the one I was thinking of.
This one?
No, the other one. No, Duster Cloak.
Stinky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
that's
that when
level-
he's in
That's
there?
level 1. And we're doing... Not level 1, but not level 20, so...
Oh, you could probably get away with that.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of close to
You
this.
could actually get away with that quite well.
Yeah.
The longer
Doesn't-
hair.
Yeah, that's it.
Not that one. I reckon that
I
one.
actually do have a blue scarf. Maybe I'll do that.
You knowing what clothes you have, I think that one's the one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you see a casting call go out and you think you have the capability to do it, it's never like a...
Well, that's it. It's an
They
expression
just-
of interest, right? If you see it,
Yeah.
just send it.
And if they reach out, you can then go like, hey, this is, is there suggestions for this?
Yep.
They are cool for people applying for it.
Or did we
Whenever if I see one that I can fit into. Oh yeah, I showed off mine.
Yeah.
All right, so what you're gonna do as well is you're gonna take these guys,
Oh man, when did I get that there?
and then, huh?
A little paint on.
Oh, just yeah. It's because they were probably squished together in the cup.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I really enjoyed painting this in Nova. I thought that was a really fun time to
Yeah.
try and get something done quickly and just simply. I'm still really happy with some of the edge highlighting on this. I thought it worked really well. I was pretty happy with that. But it was a little tricky. The face I'm not so happy with. So, the stream. So I painted this little guy. It's Supernova with Matt. Just a lot of fun. Just a
Should have a little video. Now they've got all the footage, I should have a little video
yeah.
in the next couple days.
You'll let me know if you got all that footage so I can.
I've downloaded yours.
Yeah,
I gotta get Loz and Mohican and Gaz's.
Yeah. So I did also like the edge highlighting on this crystal. You can kind of see it looks a little bit crisp in that shot. I was pretty happy with that. It's the first time I've tried doing that sort of level of detail on edge highlighting on something that small.
Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this sausage
Yeah.
and you're gonna wrap it around there as much as you can,
And then I'm gonna push it in.
and then you gotta push it in, and then smooth it out.
Yeah.
And if you have excess, just like... I love this little guy. Oh, that guy, yeah.
Little D20 wizard guy.
So, yeah, it's good. That looks like a bit big, so, you know, if you need to, chop it off with the knife. You don't have to be precise, because this will do that for you.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to roughly put it on there, and then we're going to thin it down. Because you can also just shove any excess straight in the crack. Put it right in that crack.
Yes.
We can also get more. I've got more here. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Oh, here. Oh, fuck. Got some green stuff. Green stuff don't fill all cracks.
It could fill all cracks.
Well, that's your butthole.
Yeah. You can put green stuff in your butthole. if
Yeah,
you
it's
wanted.
your butthole's too flexible though. All right.
This one?
Well, just like do a bit of that. You know, and just so it's like a soft little
Is that
coating.
one thinner or are they about the same?
It's got a point.
Okay. Yeah, I just want one. You got
It's already got some on there, but it'd just be rough. Just like mush it in. It's like, and it's like silicone, so they're soft. So you should be able to get like a smooth thing out of it. So what you want, you just work it into it and then do your fine detail. Come over here, show everyone what you're doing. So yeah, just mush it in, and then if you need more of that, yeah, there you go. I think there's a bit of, there's a bit here that might be a bit cured, so.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck, sorry.
That's okay. Once more. Into the breach.
That's why it's a bit like tacky.
Sure.
All right, come back. It's not gonna be a perfect process, but it'll work. Yeah, there you go. So see how it's like starting to sit in there? And you can like reposition it a little bit with this stuff because you're like, oh, it's getting over the scale.
But it takes the shape of the scale pretty nicely.
It does,
actually.
it
So that
does.
was-
That's the point. That's kind of the benefit of using the silicone tools. And then you get like 5 of those tools for like $8.
Yeah, this is.
And then that and plus those little files. I think it's like a $20 purchase of Amazon. And if you notice it getting tacky and sticky, you put more Vaseline on it and you can smooth it out. That actually kind of works as like a
Yeah.
chip out of it now.
Yeah.
Because it's nice and smooth rather than a sharp edge.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Just gonna get a little bit harder.
Yeah, so keep going with that. It's time. 12:36 already. It's a nice purple. I like that purple. That's a nice purple. Okay, so this guy, I was trying to shake up this paint. How'd you have a normal light?
Go.
Oh, this is not shaking up at all.
This is my first time using green stuff.
Green stuff's great. I can't.
I think I've been scared of using it for so long.
I can't
That was
sculpt
so
it.
easy.
It's real easy.
Yeah.
Also, never buy like the proper branded green stuff because it's all made in the same place, and
Sure.
you can get so much more from like Green Stuff World or anywhere that's not like the big brands. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And you can get like a huge roll of it for like a couple bucks versus 20 to 30 the other places will charge you. Is this a number 1? What's this size? A 2? I don't want a 2. I want a number 1. This one just called base coating. It's a 1. Alright, sweet. Really hope the postie doesn't break the sign. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. They're wrapped pretty well. Okay, I need a reference image, but I don't want to have it on the flawless blades. Look, they should, right? At least if they're not, like, be in some kind of way that it's got padding on it, so even if the postie's a dickhead, it won't go too bad, right? Meeples is pretty good with their stuff.
I mean, I got mine fine, turquoise, last year. And that was across the country.
Well, Maples and Dragons is in Queensland, so mine is across the country.
I mean, I think that's the furthest from Perth.
Well, it's not close to here, I suppose is what I'm
No,
saying.
yeah, sure,
But
got
yeah,
you.
Fair enough.
But also the package that it comes in turquoise was like really secure. So
Yeah, it's like crafted around the
yeah, and it's really nice foam packaging and stuff. So even if you had a postie throw stuff, hopefully not, but you might be okay. And like it's pretty thick glass and stuff as well.
Yeah, I've
They're
dropped
really
mine,
nice.
not from a huge height, but I've dropped mine from a, like, not a small height, and it's been okay.
Yeah.
In saying that, don't just go dropping a glass
Yeah,
stein.
you get that wrong angle. And
Yeah, the wrong angle is where it will be.
some more, so I make a little sausage out of this one.
Yeah.
Or is this the cured bit actually?
No, it'll cure in like an hour.
Okay.
As long as it's tacky and workable, it's not cured.
No, it's curing a little. I think. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
no,
not.
just
No,
keep
no,
working it. Make it warm. Where else do you need it?
No.
Oh. Can I have a lookie? So you got a bit in here still.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I? So you got a bit in here still. So you can just like shove it in there. The other thing you can do is you can be rough with it with the other side. The ball side is also for your like a harder work.
True.
So you can go like this and just like shove it around a bit. Be a bit more like rough with it, because this will, and then you're like, you know, you can roll it.
There's like a bit that's cured on this, I think. Yeah.
Because this will look a lot rougher, but you can push it into where you want it by comparison.
Does it take paint pretty well? I assume that's, like, the whole point.
You're supposed to prime it as well, but you can just because there's only a little bit of it. You can just put paint on it. Because there's only a little bit here. You're just re-establishing this.
It
You
really
already-
is turquoise.
You already need to re-establish the base coat on the model. So I was like, you can get ahead of your own curve.
Yeah. Even just
So like, yeah, you know,
putting that purple base coat on has brought this model up so much more.
yeah. And so now you can like smooth it out a bit. Like, it's not gonna be perfectly flat, but there's just no gap there now. you know?
Yeah. 100%. I do like the way Loot designs their pieces. Is that like even if you've got a bit of a gap, it kind of blends in pretty well. Like, you know, it's between these.
You
plates
put
and
it
stuff.
at. You're always supposed to put it at points where it's
That's the whole point. But they just do a good job of it.
yeah, absolutely.
Pretty well designed.
So yeah, if you use the hard side, you're going to be able to smooth it out a bit more. So that's kind of what you're looking for, like that.
Actually, can you even see the gap on the tail? I don't think you can.
Not really.
Oh, there, a tiny bit, right? But not enough. To
Like,
worry.
don't be perfectionist because it'll be there for hours.
Yes, yeah, and that's
If you want to paint anything at all today, don't worry about it.
yeah, that's 100% what I would do not.
There's also, like, you've got a big model, so you can just do a bit today that doesn't have the gap, and then go back. Like, you can be like, well, I want to do this later, so here is the now bit, and then you have a reference for the future bit. And I can show you all the paints if you want to write them down for later. Oh, at the paint and take at PAX, 2 Thin Coats sponsoring it. So it means that all of the stuff that we were doing the other day at Let's Play, their paint and take instead of Vallejo will be the Donkey Roads paints that I love so much. And I don't think that means Donkey Roads is going to be there. But if he becomes a surprise guest, I'm going to shit a brick. Because that would be motherfucking sick. To have one of my genuinely favorite painters there. Because we met Squidmar a couple years ago.
Squidmar?
Yeah, he was at ARC.
Yeah, that's the reason we started going to ARC, is because he was there, and then Matt was like, well, what if I played?
Yeah, so we visited ARC to go meet Squidmar because it was just free to like we had a ticket to go enter, and then yeah, I entered ARC from then on, and that's been it. But yeah, he was at ARC, so we went and go talk to him about minis for a bit.
That's-
There's a shop out the other side of the city that bought what was that?
The Thunderhawk gunship.
Yeah, the gunship that he like put up for charity sale.
Oh.
They bought it, so you can actually go and visit it. It's like a fair way away from where we are, but
It's like yeah, it's like it
it's-
auctioned for the highest price it's ever been bought for.
yeah,
Yeah,
so they bought it for like 20 or 30k, and they
Fif-
just have it on display.
50.
Oh, 50 Australian.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
And he's like Swedish or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can just go and see it at their hobby store, and because they have that connection with him, they invited him to the event, and he rocked up to judge the painting competition, which is terrifying.
Fuck. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yep.
He's so good at it.
Yeah, it's sort of how I know to paint is watching that channel and a couple others.
Yeah, him and Miniac and Ninjon's pretty good.
Yep. All the ones I watch.
And
Magic
Tabletop
Crafts?
Time. Oh, Black Magic. I don't watch Black Magic as much
Well,
anymore.
I watched
Dana
all the
Howe,
terrain.
also very good.
Look, I haven't watched much in a while, but that's because I haven't been doing any of the painting hobby stuff
Yeah.
pretty much since I moved out. So
Dana Howe's good. Midwinter Minis I like.
is also very good.
God, who else? There's Tabletop Time, who we did the panel with last year.
Yeah, they came out when I was hanging out with the Ghostfire Gaming crew.
Yeah,
came out as well.
they were at
super
ARC,
lovely.
and they were like, holy shit, this is your army? And I was like, yeah, because they'd seen it on Insta.
Yeah.
Then they came and saw it in person, started taking some photos, and I was like, yeah.
Yes.
Because they shared it on their thing.
Fuck.
And then this year we've got, I can't remember, it's like Heretic or something like that, who we've got on the panel, and then...
Don't get me wrong, I'm really happy with doing the Spyro theme, but holy shit, does this green and purple look good?
Green and purple, green and purple.
It works.
I think it would look gaudy if you did that on the
I-
dragon.
Yes.
If you want to put green on the model,
Eyes.
make your base like one of them emerald dragon things. One of them Spyros Jess thinks is hot.
Hot.
Yeah, you like them big sexy dragons.
What are you talking about?
Don't you the ones you free?
Do you mean that when they're in their statue form?
No, when they're in their people form. The dragon form. Don't people find that
I don't think I specifically think any of those dragons are hot.
Oh, I thought the consensus was everybody and then you mentioned that they were like they were unnecessarily sexy.
I don't recall this, but maybe.
Oh, I have a memory of that.
The remake are like because each of the Spyro the Dragon worlds in the first game is themed after like magic or artistry or things like that. So they actually gave them they made some of them into painters and crafters because there's a place called the Artisans World, and so instead of them just being dragons,
You shake it up.
dragons with jobs. So
Ah.
I guess they made them more
Human.
interesting. And some of them are probably
so
sexy, but
sticky.
overall they're I don't know, they're just kind of dragons.
You didn't. You gotta shake that more. Yellow is one of those colors where it's harder to paint because the pigment operates differently.
Yeah, right.
So you got to really, also like, also you got to really,
You got a
it's been sitting there for a bit.
yeah. You got one of those things upstairs, right?
Yeah,
I might go use that.
it doesn't always work for you.
Like
Like,
probably gonna help more though.
maybe. We'll see.
It will help to start breaking it up.
Yeah,
but
that's-
you'll
yeah.
You'll need to hand finish.
This is not too far off right now. Like looking at this, I just had to mix it with a brush a bit more.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Might be right. Because I want it pretty thick. Just gotta get over the purple.
Actually, you might be okay with a big brush.
Yeah, okay. Which, yeah, I'm doing big points.
Yes, yellow. Yeah. Well, have fun with yellow is what we're gonna say to you. And I've noticed this with Pats. He chooses very technical or hard color schemes almost every time.
Yeah.
I've noticed this about your stuff.
Once
You
learn
go.
how to do the painting, you can teach me because I have the same model or the same scheme
Idea?
I need to do.
I
Do like this big of a brush or not that big of a?
I think a big flat boy would go well.
Yeah,
Like
you got-
this one will
you
go
got
pretty
the
well.
flat boy? Yeah.
On what are you doing it on? Oh, probably not that big.
Yeah,
Probably
it's-
something a bit more precise. Flat brush, but like smaller. There's like a white one somewhere. Yeah, that one. I was gonna say that one. Imagine getting shaken like that. How weird would it feel? You could go and ask Bunnings if you could just go sit in their thing.
They'll probably say no.
Like-
But you could ask.
You could always, like, never not ask.
Yeah.
You could always ask. They might tell you to fuck off, but
There's situations where asking could be bad, but like you can do it.
look, I feel like with anything, if you're going for the paint shaker, consent.
Do you reckon it's in it? Yeah.
No, that's probably fine. Check. See how you go. What you want is a consistency like milk.
Oh, it's gonna take a lot of layers.
Yeah. Welcome to yellow.
Fortunately,
If it's too thick, you just got to do more and more layers.
yeah.
Congrats on choosing a color scheme that's a bit fucked.
Yeah.
That's why Space Marines and stuff are like blue or red or green and a bit of gold and a bit of black. They make it so, you know, the basic color scheme's the easiest to paint because
Is that Iron Fists?
Iron Hands, they're just black and silver.
No, what's the yellow one?
Imperial
Okay,
Fists.
Imperial Fist.
Oh yeah, but they now have a contrast paint called Imperial Fist,
Yeah.
which is, you know, the one that I used at Arc and it just stained real nice. No, not Arc, Nova. That's what that paint's for.
Yeah.
Because you're now using a contrast paint, but it is the best way to do yellow now, and people have switched over to it. And you can also put it through an airbrush very nicely.
I already want to snap this off the base to do this.
Don't.
Yeah. Well, I want the base to separate. I'm okay with that separating because I think I'll do them painted pretty differently. So having that be
I guess
separate will help.
what I'm saying, I guess, is go sideways, dude. Like, do this. Hold the model sideways and go down, so it goes, so like stroke with the model.
Like this way.
Yeah, you've also got a lot of paint on that brush you don't need.
Oh yeah.
If you can see a
That's it.
blob on it, you're way
Yeah,
too much.
Yeah.
So like, what you got? There, like, that's way too much. You want it just like a little bit halfway up the brush, and you're gonna take forever to do it, but like, so see how you got a blob there? That's gonna lose detail. You got this here. So like, just go like in the biggest portions of the brush in shapes. So you see this here? You can kind of do like a nice, neat. Whoop. It's too watery as well. See how it's like running off like that?
Yeah. I thought that was just the yellow.
No, that's it's a bit of consistency issue. But I mean, like, you know, that's what you're doing effectively, but you just don't want to lose any detail.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you've got big flat planes,
Yeah.
and you just want to make sure that even if you're not going to get it in one coat, this range is literally called 2 thin coats.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
I mean, out very late this night this week, and then more late nights until Monday. Yeah. I saw Emily was like,
Oh, yeah.
we're going out west. I went, oh my god.
Oh, like towards, like further.
Yeah, further out,
Yeah.
near other people we know.
Rough. Fuck that shit, eh?
I mean, they're gonna hang out. It's gonna be good.
I'm excited to hang out tonight, Jess.
I'm excited to hang
well, yeah, no, I get you.
I'm fucking so sleepy.
Last
Last night I slept very well. I conked out like just after we got back.
Did you hear us come in?
No, because I had my earplugs in, so I didn't hear you arrive and I didn't hear
Ellie leave.
you leaving. So it was like, it was a good amount of rest, but I'm still just,
Yeah, I mean, it's literally a con week, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But even with PAX, it's not this many day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Supernova and then Crit Sydney, and now I'm doing like con
All the
stuff
yeah.
still
well,
with.
because everyone's in
You
town
don't have
from.
to wake up at 7 in the morning.
No, you
Yeah.
have the other detrimental of full time.
Yeah, I'm very glad I'm on leave. Don't get me wrong, this coat ain't gonna cut it, but like the scheme,
Is working.
yeah. I'll show you in a second, chat.
Yeah, it's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jess. So it's like the Avalon Sunset equivalent, like muted yellow. I actually think that works better in contrast of the
That purple.
the bright purple because it's not competing as hard. So if you just establish that base coat, that could also just act as your mid-tone, and you just go from there. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I also want to accent it with like the extra, cause this mini has so many spikes and stuff. I think I want to fuck around with them a little bit and get something in there.
That'll be the most time-consuming.
Yeah, 100%. But hey, I wouldn't mind trying to get some painting done back home as well.
Yeah, do it.
So,
Look at that. I can give you all the paints that we're using to go and grab.
yeah.
And I know they
Although I need
sell.
to
I know
find-
they sell the brand at where you are.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, because my the Warhammer boys group that I'm in with NATO's mates, so they're all. I'm the only non-Perth. So they talk about like hobby tech and stuff all the time. Going like, I was like, do they have
Hobbytech's not close. That's
Well,
like
the
other end of Perth.
I know. Well, that's what we said.
yeah.
But
But yeah, no, Hobbytech will have it for sure.
well, there's multiple stores they said had it, but Hobby Tech was some of their side of town and where I was asking about. But I was
Well,
like,
but NATO's
oh,
not
well,
either.
just get them from Gap Games or like somewhere that sells them for cheaper.
You can't get spray paint online though.
No,
Yeah,
but,
but-
you're gonna want Vallejo spray anyway.
Well,
If
I mean, in theory, I'm not going to need the spray anymore.
make sure to wash your brush, by the way, because
Yeah.
you haven't done it in a while. Like fully clean it out.
I was too focused.
Yeah. Because I was watching you brush and it was getting tacky, and I'm like, yeah, too dry. Like every, people are like, I'll do it every like 15 seconds, and I'm like, you don't need to do that quick. But I understand what you're saying, because you'll,
Look, it's one of those things. Like when you're starting, it's good to say that because then you'll remember to do it.
yeah. But like you'll learn the consistency of your paint as you do it, and I'm like, every minute or so when I do it. Yeah, it's like you got stricter rules when you're new.
Yeah, which is just to build habits.
Yeah, exactly. It's like don't put the contrast paint in with the good brushes. Don't put the contrast paint in with the wet palette.
No?
No, because it's so water based, it goes in the palette.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's why you have a poppy. Because then it's like a non-absorbent palette.
Gotcha.
You can also just use contrast straight out of the container.
Not if you're using the Vallejo or the Army Painter, because we learned that on the weekend that they're all dropper bottles.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And also some do need some of the metallic ones separate really easily. So you actually do have to put them in a little container.
I genuinely wouldn't recommend speed paint metallics. I would say just do it the regular way.
Well, not the original ones. The new ones might be better, but the old ones are not great.
If you want, the other thing is, I would just do a normal metallic and then contrast over it.
Yeah. If you want a contrast
Just a
color, yeah. But you can also just put a gloss varnish over contrast paint and it'll go shiny.
I can't remember if I was doing metallic purple marine, like space marines.
Two Thin Coats actually has a metallic purple. Just drop it now.
True.
They just, yeah. Or spray it in lead belcher. There's two.
Yeah.
There's
Well, I
a
think I did
metallic, just a metallic gold and metallic silver spray.
Yeah. But also, metallic's also not great through an airbrush anyway. they can fuck up your airbrush, I think.
I wouldn't put any metal. Oh no, I'm talking about a rattle can.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
When I say spray, I mean that. I'll say airbrush if I mean airbrush. Mostly because a lot of painting community finds it really irksome when you get a YouTuber or someone who uses an airbrush a lot, and they're like, oh yeah, so after you've airbrushed this, everyone's like, well, I can't follow this tutorial now because you need to put it in terms of like airbrushing or not airbrushing, or at least title your video airbrushing. And if you're clickbaiting to then talk about airbrushing, I don't like it. Because I know a couple of YouTubers that are just like, use an airbrush, you knobs, and I'm like, or I could buy a $10 brush. And instead of like hundreds of dollars in airbrushing equipment and cleaning materials.
I got a cheap airbrush for the mine. I think I spent $30 on it. It was cheap and nasty. It did the job.
Yeah.
Like for base coating, like I definitely found, like when I've eventually got a good airbrush, the difference I noticed
Well,
was
it's like when I got
huge.
this wet palette as well, but like, it's just not, I think it's just not reasonable to tell someone, go spend $100 on a tool you don't need to use, otherwise you can't use my free YouTube video.
Yeah, but I think for like base coating, cheap airbrush is good. The expensive is probably the compressor, honestly.
Well, if you want an expensive that Iwata one actually was decently priced.
The one George won.
Yeah, it's like an all-in-one kit, but again, it's still like $400
well,
to get a basic setup.
I got a compressor from Bunnings, which is way more powerful than you need for airbrushing, but you can get it down to the lower setting. It's loud. Like you got to
Mine's
use it
pretty loud.
outdoors.
I also noticed,
Well, mine's like
mine's like the
mine
stock
is-
standard one you get everywhere.
You need noise canceling headphones. Or
Oh,
else you're gonna
okay.
fuck yourself. Like it's designed for like
Oh, okay. I noticed,
air compressor tools.
so George's came with like a little valve that controls the air pressure more.
Yeah.
And while using his, I was like, oh, that's why mine's not going the way I want it, because there's not a consistent like build up. Or there is, and I'm not just like using it properly. Because his one has like a pressure, his one has a pressure gauge valve as well, so you don't have to control the flow on the compressor itself. You just let the compressor go, and then the air pressure valve builds up instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think mine does that. Yeah. Do you think this horn should also be the
Oh,
yellow?
thank you, Turquoise. That's really nice.
Aw.
What were you saying? What's up?
What
you
was
just
I
reading?
saying? Yeah, I was just reading. That is very lovely, turquoise.
So,
Do you think this horn should be the yellow? I think it should be.
yeah, if you're trying to mimic a blue dragon, any of the webbing and skin, and then belly scales should be the yellowish color.
What's the thing? I don't know that I am. I kind of want it to be a little different. I want to make it not just a D&D dragon.
Well, no,
kind
it's,
of
well, I
what's-
mean,
that's why
like,
it's
if you were to go with what people typically draw in dragons,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
your contrasting points in terms of painting and models are skin versus scales.
Yeah.
And that's probably,
People don't want to draw with dragons. You gotta give them a big dick.
well, he don't have the dick on this model unless we green stuff something real quick. Well, I want to TOS the stream.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I could paint one of those
Look,
plates.
if you're saying you're making it like the dragons most people are drawing.
Look,
You make a point.
I don't like that you're right, but I can't tell you, I can't tell you you're wrong, because that's a money well that I think people are very, very invested in.
Suspiciously wealthy furries. A lot of opinions about.
The furries control the internet, and that's not even a conspiracy. They just do. How do you think they afford their fursuits? They work incredibly, incredibly well-paying IT jobs.
Yep. I will say every furry I've ever met was in IT.
And not just in IT, like senior positions.
If you were to like, if there was an American ban on furries, their fucking IT system network would fall apart instantly.
Yeah. They'd be like, we're deporting all furries. It's like, well, see you later, internet.
Yep.
Would you like every website you've ever owned to crash? And then Facebook would be like, you'll see Facebook and stuff in the corner, maybe even Musk being like, psst, no.
Yeah, Nice.
Don't do it. Don't. I compared them yesterday when I was talking to Ellie. I was like, furries are the AdMech of the Imperium in our real world. They worship the machine spirit, aka the furry gods. And if you tell them what they're doing is heresy, they'll go, "What are you gonna do about it? We make all your shit." And then they go, fair play. I'll pretend I didn't see it.
I didn't hear anything.
They're like, "You're right. You keep doing exactly what you're doing, and I don't care how. And we will continue to work as a society." Because they supply all the tanks, all the titans, all of the tech, all the guns. But they do believe in a machine spirit.
A little heresy is okay as a treat.
Yeah. Well, it's why the Chaos factions are like, the Imperium are full of hypocrites. Because they're like, you utilize the warp and chaos just as much as we do, but you're all righteous about it.
The whole point of 40k is there is no hero. Except
No,
for what,
it's great.
Farsight? Captain Farsight's the only one that's like actually kind of-
Genuinely,
yeah.
the closest thing to an actual good guy
Yeah.
is
The communist.
well, he's the I would say he's more of a socialist,
Yes, you're right.
and then the Tower more communist.
Well,
But they, you
yeah,
know,
but
they
they've
got
hidden leader, right? That's the they're all,
no, they don't have a hidden leader.
Aren't they all second controlled by the?
No, not by one guy. But
No,
yes,
but-
they had to make Tau not the good guys in the setting because they were too good. So they added in like a pheromone mind control from there because they're a caste system,
Yeah.
which was also a thing.
Yeah.
And so they have a caste system of like, if you are born into the Earth caste, you will be an engineer. That's your role,
Yeah.
no matter what you want. So, and then the ethereal caste are the ones who basically united all of the Tau tribes when they were fighting with each other and not developed technologically yet. And they were like, how the fuck did they do that? And it was very subtly stipulated. Well after I stopped playing that. There was some fuckery going on, and then the new Shadow, in one of the new Farsight books, he was like around an ethereal, and when he said something they didn't like, he just felt like an oppressive psychic force
Yeah.
trying to tell him to do what they wanted, and because he had an encounter and found a blade on a world that is very clearly chaos inspired, he kind of separated it, he kind of separated him to be able to not listen to them, like under subjugation. And that's how he defected. He was like, fuck these guys. I don't like that. And everyone else is like, what's wrong? And so he took all of his people and just left. And then he gets labeled as a traitor now, but he is genuinely probably one of the best boys.
Yeah.
But the reason why he's not perfect is he simply just has anger issues. And Korn wants him. The Blood God man wants him, and he's like, no. And they'll,
About that guy?
huh?
Got any facts about that guy?
If you drop me a tenner,
Yeah, I'm not paying you.
exclamation corn in the chat.
Took me a moment to click that.
Wait, what kind of corn?
You tell me which kind of corn you want. Oh no, corn, regular corn.
I know, motherfucker. Make them all do the same thing.
No, I'm not at a computer, am I?
I don't know how.
Stream elements.
Someone asked me about the shirts. Can we do that after you finish?
Yeah, sure.
Because I was like, yes, I'm sorry. We will send them out. I
We-
just don't know how.
And we have been in Sydney. Probably go until like 2. Just under an hour.
I feel pretty good about this already.
It looks good. I think like sometimes blocking it out is what we wanted. We also like needed to make sure you could even paint it at all.
Yeah. We lost a bit of time with that.
And I'm being real messy today. I can tell I need to sit down and do some like focus painting for a bit to get the rubber band working again. But also painting on this table is not precise. Sit down and binge some One Piece for a bit and just paint.
I think ideally, if I can get the yellow blocked out today, I'll be pretty happy.
It's too watery again. You just need more on the palette because it'll start separating. Where's your bottle? Yeah, if you can't hear the ball moving, so hear that? It's not shaking. Oh, fuck. Also change brush size, it's huge for that tiny area. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
See, now it's flowing properly because it's just fucking coming out of it. Sorry? No, if you open the cap when it's like shaken real well, it will just like air bubble out.
Oh, yeah.
So all the hands, all of that. Wom, wom, wom.
It's not a fancy one, right?
Huh?
It's not a fancy one. I just don't want to get like a super expensive paintbrush.
I reckon, yeah.
I think it's much
Oh, if you
better
don't want a
size.
fancy one, just don't use the red ones. Use like,
Oh, I just don't want to
some of
accidentally
these.
fuck up one of your nice brushes or anything.
I don't really have nice, but if you're worried about any of them, go to like these guys.
No, I do want some fine point on it, right? So.
Here's me models. Oh. Oh, there's a lot of paneling there. This is pink the far more traditional way than the other one I was doing. This one, the other one was just like slap some pastel on it. Pink's another, unless you do it in a specific way, pink is another one of those colors
Yeah, it's difficult to get.
where it's just
similar.
like, yeah, if you're going up from a thing, I think there's another method where you like literally paint orange or something and then go to pink from there. It's like some weird trick, and I'm like, I don't remember how to do that. But I know they like use washes and translucent things to get like a pink consistency.
Sure.
But it's not through a method that you would typically think of because it's like a real art theory kind of method.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm happy just doing a couple coats of pink with my other paints because I'm happy to do it. Hey, Black Sword. G'day, mate. Did you hear Games Workshop's coming to PAX? Like GW proper?
Is it not just GW Australia?
Yeah, it got announced. Huh?
There is no GW.
There is no GW Australia. That's how I know it's legit.
Oh.
They apparently they've also only got one guy who does content stuff globally.
True.
So like if if you're a creator or something, there's only one guy to talk to. But unless you get chosen, there is no application. I saw someone on Reddit being like, "How do I get chosen?" Because I was looking into it for a bit, and they're like, "Oh, it's easy. First off, you start a YouTube channel and gain 50,000 followers, and then you can get stuff for free." I was like, I know that's not true.
What it feels like. Though.
But yeah, the obtuse comment was very funny. I was like, yeah, it's easy, just be semi-famous. Mind you, I have seen YouTubers with like 1,000 subscribers being gifted a box every now and then, so it's like, it's possible. You know, if you want to see us do silly little things and request a box of minis that you want to see us do, just tag him for us. And maybe we'll be able to do that and then get Baby No Money to play D&D with us as a separate thing.
It's still so funny to me.
Yeah, what if it wasn't a joke though? And someone's like, that's pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, retweet it.
I'll fly over for that.
Share it over. I don't know what I would do with it. I would probably like go to a little studio or something and do like the full mini table setup or something and do like fog machines and all that. Just to make it so it's like immersive and fun and just do like a day of recording. Or however much they would want to commit to. And then we can get Dr. Pepper Guy to come and feed us some pepper. You seen that yet?
Yeah, we talked about.
I think Dr. Pepper Guy. Jess, you seen this guy?
I do not know what you're talking about.
There's a guy who does not have a social media account and posts about it. He basically stream snipes people in Japan, and he'll appear out of nowhere, hand him a Dr. Pepper with a completely deadpan face.
Is this like when they do streams outside or something?
Yeah.
Kind of anywhere.
Okay.
He will walk in, hand him a Dr. Pepper, they're really confused, and then he leaves. Never to be seen again.
It's
That's
fucking
freakish.
funny.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's real freakish. And then people
It-
started learning who he is, and they're like, are you the Dr. Pepper guy? And he hands him a Dr. Pepper, and she's like, oh my god, and he's already gone. Someone tried to chase him, but all the followers, all her friends that were like around her, they started chasing her, being like, no, don't chase him, just let him aura farm,
Let him be encrypted.
Yeah, let him disappear
Don't
into the
learn
night.
more about him. I
The-
don't wish to know who Drill is, and I don't want to know who this guy
Yeah,
is either.
it's like, I don't need to know. He is a mystery, and what you need to know is you have been blessed by the Dr. Pepper man.
Funny as fuck.
Yeah. So I thought it was really, really funny. But he did, there's a video of him like reaching into a restaurant booth, like behind a closed sliding door. And then people are like, what the fuck? And the camera pans over and it's fucking Baby No Money eating dinner with them. And he's so confused and he just leans over and hands a Dr. Pepper to Baby No Money. And he just looks at the camera like, what?
That looks great.
Yeah.
Right?
It's fucking sick.
Wow.
Like, you just got to do the extra coat there.
Yeah.
That, like, that,
On stream, that looks fucking awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
that blocking, amazing.
Yeah.
Those are some smooth lines.
That's real nice.
Stream helped me out.
You gonna do webbing in there, or are you gonna leave it at purple?
I think I want to leave it purple because I'm thinking
It
about
is
doing
less
this as yellow.
That's gonna take you a lot of time.
Yeah, which is green stuff on my jumper. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that as yellow
You do whatever
or
you
something,
feel.
which means I want more purple somewhere else.
Yeah, it's fair.
But I think I want to do the bone, like a darker color with the bones through the wings. Probably still
The
purple,
bones through the wings.
as in this.
Oh no, keep that red. That's his. That's where scales are.
Yeah. Sorry, I want to keep. I just want to do a darker purple and then have the webbing as this color. I
Oh,
think.
you might not need to. What areas are gonna stay purple? You also need to re-establish a base coat.
Yeah. Oh, I'm dry brush. Yeah, I'll just dry brush stuff. Yeah.
You would. Thing is, this is more red than yours.
Gotcha.
So, unless you find Jess's little dropper bottle, you kind of can't do any more purple today. The reason why I say that is if you dry brush any other color over it right now, it's going to not be that color anymore.
Got you.
And you need to also establish over these green stuff bits.
Yeah.
So you're kind of at a bit of an impasse unless you have that color. Otherwise, it would just be like smooth all your yellow out, and then you could maybe paint this space a color, and you could do like a pale gray
Yeah, I gotta
green.
work out if there's any other colors. I don't know what the eyes should be.
Spyro's eyes.
Black.
Yeah, they're just people eyes.
Make them like,
Red.
make them
Oh,
yellow
or
or
green.
green. Green
Yeah,
would actually
green.
work really, like an like a pale emerald green kind of thing. Yeah.
Do you have that minty green?
Nope. There's Games Workshop whole rack over there. There's 3 trays of it. You'd be looking for, start off with like Sotek green. It's like a nice like blue green.
Yeah. Look, I think this is kind of it for the color blocking, right? Like, I don't think it needs much more. It's
Yeah, you just got to make them. You just got to make them more solid because like the yellow needs more.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But like in terms of just blocking, so I can see the colors on here.
Yeah.
That and the tongue being probably screen pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
It's the purple. The purple is bang on.
Yeah. Like, I'm not a detail painter. I just want some colors on there for when I throw shit on the thing. Like, I want to do more on this.
Yeah.
But I'd be happy to put this on my D&D table.
Yeah,
compared to
you
what it
could.
was, Brett.
The only if you wanted to like put that on your table right now, you'd just slap a purple wash on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then call it a day. But I would say.
Oh no, I'm gonna keep working on it. But like, just for having a mini like a dragon to put on the table.
Yeah.
I'm happy with this. Right? It's
You
better
could-
than just
you
the
could
grey
play
blob
that-
it was before.
You could play that mini and it'd be fine.
Yeah, 100%. I do really want to, like, these scales and stuff, like on the arms, I think if I have a nice highlight purple or something to dry brush that with, that's going to look fucking sick. Or maybe what I'll even do is just dry brush white and then do a... can you do the same sort of thing as contrast with washes? Where it, like, takes the
Washes are
gradient?
basically just thinner contrast at this point.
But does it take the, like, if I do white under, will it take that gradient? Or not?
No.
Would I be able to do a white dry brush and then a purple contrast over?
I think you're thinking about it too much in terms of contrast because you've got a base coat which you're on traditional painting, so you don't really do contrast anymore.
Yeah.
What you want to do is recess shade or wash it, and that's just like you take the wash color and then thin it
Dry
down how
brush
much of you. No, you just
first?
no.
Because it'll brighten it up and then darken it?
Some people do, some people don't. I wouldn't. If you want them all to be done quicker, you're kind of doubling up a step.
Yeah.
But-
the light purple? You said these ones are too red though.
Look, put on a palette, shake them all up.
Show us which one.
These lean a bit more red.
Might be okay.
They're from this. Don't do that one. To re-establish your base coat, it'd be this as your closest. But this has got
Well,
to be.
I just want to try a little bit dry brush on it on these scales just to test. So,
Oh, don't go that high then. Go that one.
okay, this one.
You don't want to go the highest to start with because if you want to do a two, yeah, if you want to do a. Oh wait, what?
This one.
What are these? Don't use that.
It's darker.
That one.
This one do it. Yeah.
We'll test. That's quite separated. What's chat doing? Such a perfect purple. It's a good choice.
Look, we talked about this like months ago.
Yeah.
Does this have the dropper in it?
Yeah, that's how you know how much it's separated. If you cannot, if
Use
they've got
the
mixing,
vortex.
they've got mixing balls all through them, but they put on the vortex for like I don't know 10 solid seconds.
Yep.
And then continue to shake it.
Yep.
You can just bring it down here. It's got a power plug.
Okay. Yep. I'll grab it.
It's not a permanent fixture.
Elliot's still in the chat.
Elliot is still here. Pats is asking.
Guess not.
He's not.
I was gonna say,
gosh.
Elliot, I've got my Switch 2 here, and I might play some
Some swanch?
Swanch games.
Playing some swanch. Swanch melange.
What?
Hold it down. What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing.
It'll be right in the middle.
Do I have to that way?
Yeah.
to the place.
Bet everyone can hear that.
Yeah. I'm leaning into it.
Yeah. Oh, you're leaning in. Your headphones on. You might have a. Look at that water go. Hold on, I'll put it over here. Not close enough.
Close enough.
Nah, because
You've
it's
ever
on this
seen,
side. So the Jurassic Park. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. But like super speed. What if a T-Rex ran at flash speeds?
What if a T-Rex is on meth?
Oh, this paint fucked.
Yeah, dude. Some of them have not been used in a long time.
Yeah. That's it. Most of my paints haven't been used.
Remember
in the last
as
2
well,
years.
until it gets dislodged, nothing amount of that will help you. You have to physically like force. No, you got to shake it, and then like hit like give it abrupt force.
Oh, sure.
Like real hard. It'll hurt. You'll hear it dislodge. Don't do that. Hit it against your hand. You'll have the strongest amount of. Or hit it on the floor.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, see?
There we go.
You don't have to push it in that hard.
Ooh.
So where all the pigment is, there you go. Where all the pigment is it's sitting in between the cap and the rest of it. It's probably also where the ball is. So if you can get it down to the bottom, it'll start moving around a bit more. I can hear it mixing, there's no ball though.
That's why I was like, is there no ball in this?
Yeah, there is a ball in every single one, which means if you don't hear the ball,
Problem.
shake better. Give. Give. Yeah, it's all on the top. Oh,
It's like, it keeps like, you can hear it mixing. Hey.
oh God.
It's
Oh no.
oh.
It'll also release some pressure off it.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, see, this is like a lot of pigment in this. So you're gonna have to like thin it down a lot to even make it workable.
Fucking is turquoise.
Mix your paints. That's why Bunnings has those massive like shake and bake ones.
Yep.
Sometimes you just gotta dom your paint real hard for a bit.
just don't want to dry brush. Wait, is heavy pigment okay for dry brushing? Because I'm getting most of it off anyway.
Yeah, well, the method of dry brushing doesn't matter what paint you use, except you want it to be regular paint. You don't want it to be like that. Now yeah, you know how to do it. You're kind of just dusting it. You could do the tail to see it would work best.
Yeah, I think that might be.
And if you went, yeah, no, you got it.
Yeah, it's actually working pretty nice.
Yeah. How's it
I
coming out?
almost want to overbrush it.
Well, that's a dry brush, basically.
Yeah. But like a little heavier than I would normally.
Well, that's still a dry brush, what you've done there.
Yeah.
But like, now you would go from there and do a recessed shade
Yeah.
when you want, and then you got to bring it back up with the original color.
Yep.
Is that going more red now, though?
No, I'm actually pretty happy with that. That's not too bad at all.
Have a little looky.
It's like a little bit, but not enough that I'm upset or anything. Like, I don't mind that.
It's definitely not the original color, but what you
No.
can do is...
But by the time I also add a wash over it.
Where's the contrast bucket at?
Here.
Is there one called Drucci Violet in there? It's like a taller bottle. One of this size.
Yes.
No, like a taller one. Oh, is that it? Yes. So, you could. This is a wash, like
Yep.
proper wash one.
Yep.
It's more inky.
Yep.
So it doesn't need shaking up that much, but...
My Eldar was like accidentally Evangelion.
Oh,
So I
fuck
had
yeah.
Drucci Violet. Because I've never seen Evangelion, but my friend saw it and was like, dude, you just do Evangelion? I was like,
I guess so.
But I, like, because I did the purple green with the orange highlight, like on the gems and stuff.
Yeah. Bale Tan's kind of like that. So, can I just grab this? So, I'm going to do it on the terrain. But, like, if you just recess it in here, you know, do a bit of that. You know, you got some natural shading down here now.
Yeah.
And then you can just, like, wick it off.
Yeah. 100%.
But, like, just do it, because this is quite a red, it looks like it's a bit of a red-purple wash.
Yeah.
But, you know, you just go in these cracks.
Do you reckon better to? Well, that's why it's better to dry brush first.
Well, that's
or-
why if you dry brush it, you're just gonna undo it. But like,
Well, that's what I mean. That's why, like, I think if I get it brighter than I want and then use the shade to bring it back down.
I usually go the reverse because you
Reverse?
can,
But you
because
can do it either way, right? It's not
you can. But like,
Dry brushing's
notice how
more
it's
fun.
undone all of your dry brushing there.
true. But then if I overbrush, wash, and then maybe edge highlights back up.
In terms of like the quote-unquote normal way to do it, until you know how to do a basic like wash shade layer, you can't. It's kind of harder to fuck with that. So like the easiest way would be like
Small.
huh?
Small.
Probably go smaller. Because
reset.
otherwise you're gonna be, because effectively, right, you've got this now and it looks flat again.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to re-dry brush this.
Yeah.
Which
sure.
means you've
Yeah,
undone
that
your
way
work.
I'm Yep.
Because like you can't even see that there's lighter bits in there anymore, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So you've undone your work.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is, you get exactly this prime color. You wash it down. You do like a probably more of an overbrush of the original color, but while not undoing that, and then you dry brush up with the brighter colors. So you do like that one again.
Yeah. So recess first.
Yeah,
Do I need
a
to
normal. No. It's
Okay.
if you want it to be more subtle, yes. If you put it on too heavy, it will go glossy. Or if you don't shake it enough, it will go glossy.
You should, right?
Dry brush me like one of your miniatures.
That was an Envy, right?
No, it was
No.
turquoise.
Sounded like an Envy quote.
It was envy coated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh. Oh no. Oh yes. Locked in, are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not a bad thing. Every now and then you'll hear me and Leia just go into like concentration mode. Well, you won't hear. Because we go into concentration mode.
Yeah. That's why there's music.
Yeah. I also require the music, otherwise my brain sounds like gears grinding.
Yup. I'm gonna craft my playlist.
Like sometimes Jess is like playing her games and I'm like, I need media. She's like, game not enough? I'm like, no. How's work?
It's quiet today, which is nice. A lot of people have gone home, like they showed up at work and the emails come out that they've gone home sick. So just,
It's that time of year.
I know, it's
It's wild how productivity works. It's like Christmas period, no one wants to work because it's holidays. Middle of the year, everyone's sick, so no one can work.
no one can work.
So there's
No one
like-
wants to, so they can take time off at Christmas.
It's like a total period of about 4 months where work actually gets done unimpeded. And then it's spring and everyone has allergies.
It's just, yeah.
If I use a wider brush.
If you're simply just drowning it with
I
it
think,
rather
I think
than
I kind of want to because then I'm going to brighten it up so much.
yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Get that big purple one back, like the big
I had it just.
wide flat. You just got to wash these really well because washers go all the way in there and you'll get them separating.
Yeah. Keep it out of the whatever it's called.
Yeah, in the ferrule.
Yeah, you feral.
I watched Jess go ferrule in the Pokemon Center in Japan.
Eyes rolled back in my head. Must have been. First time we went in there.
It's like
we,
like a money
there
demon
was, like,
possessed
a
him.
limit on the amount of
Pokemon cards?
No, the thing where they give you money back, the tax.
Oh, the tax-free thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so foreigners don't have to pay sales tax when you purchase things in Japan, as long as you like claim them and do all the right stuff.
Yep.
So Matt and I, we separated to pay for our stuff, and we separated approximately in half. Then we came back together, and I was like, "How much did you spend?" And he goes, $400, and he went, "How much did you spend?" And I'm like, "About $500." And he's like, "Wow, we spent $1,000 here, and we've only been here for like 40 minutes."
And that was our
Yeah.
first trip.
That was the first one.
I can't
Then we went to all of the other Pokemon
I
centers.
can't state how truly we shit money into Pokemon centers while we were there.
Yeah.
I believe it.
It's very satisfying, but fuck, it's expensive.
It's only expensive if you go and do that. Because Japan was
But you
actually,
don't
the
really
day-to-day
realize-
stuff was really
You
cheap.
don't really realize how much you're really spending.
I was acutely aware.
I guess.
I was acutely
I'm
aware.
involved then.
I have to be acutely aware because I do not have the same level of expendable income. So I had to
No,
like,
that's fair. We were on holiday though, so it's not like
yeah, but I still ran out of money.
true.
It's me this holiday.
I was telling
Like,
talking to Ellie yesterday about how
I had to put
at
an,
the end of the trip we were at the second-hand store, and you really wanted that Rayquaza, but you couldn't get it. And I was like, it's fine, I got you.
yeah.
I know that it will bring you joy. This little guy.
It's cause like, I mean, I had to draw an extra $1,000 out of my account because I went, oh fuck, I spent a lot of money too quick.
Yup. Well, I mean, this trip I didn't get to save for because I like had one last month.
I saved for Japan. I still did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I spent more on this trip than I was meaning to as well. So I was like, I didn't expect to go to Nova, and that means I had to stay like, what, 3 extra days?
Yeah. Oh, we gotta sort that too.
Yeah, no, I've got it all. I've got it all in the. I wrote a big list of notes.
Yeah.
Because Jess and I keep forgetting to like beam each other for stuff.
Yeah.
So I put a bunch of stuff in there.
Oh, I also have Beam. We could just use that in future. But...
I was gonna use beam.
Yeah, that's easy.
I've had to go. I went through my bank account all the way until the start of June, and I just wrote everything down.
Doesn't Beam also let you do like split payment stuff?
It does.
It does,
Yeah.
but you have to like be careful with what number you give it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's like it's a little bit weird about the way that it does the split payments. Like it's not the way that you would expect it to do the payments.
So that's basically the pinks blocked out now. Why is the exposure going so ham?
I think it's when I put my mini up, it can't see the background.
No, our thing is fine. It's this one.
Yeah, I mean on that one. I think it's when I put my mini in front of it that's getting fucked up.
There you go. The compensation was up too high. That's a lot better. So, yeah, look at that. So that's roughly the pink, the darker, this is the darker pink. I'm gonna layer up from there. But that's where the pink and black will sit. And all this trim will be silver of some kind. And then there'll be a little bit of gold. That's too dark now. Yeah, so I might put that skin on there now. And there's some like, oh, it's like a maroon tabard, burgundy tabard. Some more piping and a bit of gold actually. And a bunch of silver, so I didn't think I would get this far.
What painting?
Huh?
What painting?
A flawless blade from my Emperor's Children.
Oh, but Mo is asking.
Oh,
A flawless blade.
a flawless blade from my Emperor's Children.
And a dragon for me. Dragon. I'll show you in a second.
This is my incredibly queer-coded army, but not by my design, by Games Workshop. And everyone's like, these guys are sexual. And I'm like, yeah, good.
All Space Marines are boys, so if you have that, like, if you're gonna have this is the sex army, then you also have to have the.
Well, there's a lot of
Cell logic. They all pent up. They got a.
Unamusable fact is that all Space Marines is boys in that case.
Well, this one's like there's demons and shit, and also like, in this,
All Space Marines is boys.
not all chaos.
And gay.
These ones are like, I'm so perfect. I actually don't want demons to get in my body because I'm the best.
Do you have a choice if the demons get in your body?
These guys have like a pact with them that they're like, hey, I'll let you in my body if you make me better. And they're like, oh yeah, deal. But you have to kill something or else I'll kill you. So they have a rule where they're like, you can give them like a super buff. But if you don't kill something in that turn, like you have to remove a model from their enemy. Otherwise it will remove one of the 3 from your squad. And it's not like an amount of wounds given, it is,
Yeah, that's like
it just kills you. It's a gamble.
Barbarian rage or whatever.
Uh,
Gotta keep hurting the enemy.
yeah, but with a barbarian, that doesn't
changed
hurt
that.
you back.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is like a gambit type move.
Yeah, sure.
Be-
Some game.
because they're all about excess, so they take the deal to the end.
I'm pretty happy doing a heavy wash with this.
Instruments.
Well, yeah, I also have the Doot Masters ready to go. The Noise Marines, as they are. Here they are. Or the Noise Boys, if you will. Man, there's so much glare. Fuck off, light. This is called a Sonic Blaster, and this longer one It's just a little bit longer. It's called a Blast Master. Yeah.
called a
Oh,
Blast
that's what I was also about to say. So these are demonettes. I don't know if Jess has seen these.
I'm familiar with Demonette Hide.
They're called the... yes, that's the color. These are demonettes of Slanesh. They're actually androgynous, so they have one titty and then one peck.
Oh, I've seen them, not your specific ones, but I have seen them before.
Same model.
Yeah.
So you have like the fiends, and they have like 5 titties going down one side, and then they have pectorals going down the other side. And then you have this funky little guy here, which is a greater demon, I think it's called. They're called a keeper of secrets. And again,
Oh yeah.
it's like they are the everything. And gender no matter in this faction. Because why does gender matter if a demon's inhabiting your body? Just like when I drink lactose-free milk. No, regular lactose milk, sorry.
Yeah.
There is a
Forget
demon
the
in my,
lactose.
there is just a demon in my body.
And you must expel.
In that case, you're inviting the demon into your body.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's my gamble.
Alright, fair
I get a superpower buff and then I
No, you
die.
fucking don't.
You
You don't become superpowered when you drink milk
the gambit I make is that I can drink it.
without shitting your pants.
Yeah. And I always
Time,
lose.
yeah.
But it's a good bet.
For who?
Me.
Depends what you have. I guess.
Sometimes when you make a pact with a demon, you got to give a little to get a little. And what I get is a tasty treat. And then they can make me do an exorcism later. Your silence means approval.
Me? Oh, I just didn't say to you. Go back to my task.
I can't deal with this right now.
I live with Jess.
Jess lives with you.
She's like, Matt,
as well.
She's like, you think that this is Matt being on? It's like, no, this is just it.
Yeah.
I have to just maintain it for longer.
I'm happy doing this like super heavy wash.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna brush over it and be.
If it pulls a lot in here, you're gonna get that glossy look. So just move,
Yeah.
like, don't drown it. Move it around a bit. So like you've got that's a lot in there. So it's gonna dry real glossy. So like spread that like, and you're going against the thing. If you need to, go with the scales, and then it won't pool as hard.
Sure. Yep.
How goes the dragon? He's currently drowning it in a wash. So he'll come back in a sec.
Yep.
What, did I put my phone away? No, it's up here. Oh, they are 1 and half and 1/2. Okay, there was a bit I didn't do. Mohican, how are you doing, by the way? Sorry I missed that earlier. It was good to see you last night.
Yeah, I'm absolutely drowning the dragon in wash, but I kind of like
But
it.
that's okay, because
Yeah.
that's...
You're having a good time.
Yes.
You're having a good time. Do maybe you want to that bag?
including that.
This whole website of that.
I'm a bad dragon. Oh.
Bad Dragon Inn was good.
Huh?
It was.
What? What are you saying?
They called the inn the Bad Dragon Inn. It was good.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
In what?
In the Critty Role.
Oh, yeah.
No, even
No.
was Spell.
Oh, Eva DeVore, yes.
Yeah. The whole thing was they were all at an inn called the Bad Dragon Inn.
And everyone was like, eh.
Yeah.
Yes, well, yeah. It's a good joke.
It's a good joke.
Good rep.
Good rec.
I've nearly finished my initial Drown of the Dragon, and then I will show everyone some updates. Is there a yellow or maybe a brownish wash for the yellow? Just trying to think if I can do something
Feel
small.
crusty looking.
Undecided. But I think I want to do a wash on the yellow. I'll do another coat of yellow first, actually. But it just really helps this model. Like, there's so much texture.
Yeah.
It's really popping it nicely.
Yeah, it will. And you got a bit down there still.
Yeah.
Hold the model. Let's tip it over.
Well, I just want it to run down. That's why I haven't. Thank you.
I've spilled so many washes, and if that goes on the carpet,
Just kill me.
no, you're look, you're gonna be cleaning it.
Yeah. Just kill me.
I will harm you.
Yeah, you'll be harmed while cleaning it.
It's not gonna be
Whip.
in a fun or sexy way. It's gonna make you very upset.
Yeah.
Okay, pink. Happy with that pink. I think I want to try. Oh, it's not a lot of skin on this model.
Yeah, they're called noise boys, not flesh boys.
No, it's a flawless blade.
Oh.
Oh no, he has his abs out. I might do the abs. I don't have the paint for the abs.
Like, do the abs.
What have I got? I've got a lot of silver. I can start with some silver.
Do you have brush cleaner? Or
Like brush soap? Yeah.
You were just
It's
talking
upstairs.
about really washing these ones out from.
Well, I mean, you'd use brush soap after. Right now, you're just trying to get all of that out and then wick it off as much as you can.
Yeah.
Feel a daffodil yellow for a wash might be pretty. I've got one that's kind of got a bit of orange in it, which would go nice because it's nice and warm. Brush do I want? I want probably this one.
You're gonna stare me in the eyes while I did it? That's what I was doing with the brush.
No, I was staring G at the eyes while she hula hooped the other day. That was an experience.
What was she hula hooping?
So doing that, she was like, she was trying to cry on command.
Oh, yeah.
And I stared at her with a shit-eating grin, being like, you won't. And then they tried for a good few minutes,
Yeah, I was there.
uncomfortably not... I'm telling Jess in the stream.
Yeah.
Uncomfortably staring directly into the pupils. And then they went, fuck, I can't do it. And I went, good. I didn't think you could either, coward. And then they're like, what if I did this? And they start just hula hooping in their seat, just like this.
There's a photo of this, actually.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
And then they start doing that, and I was like, okay. And then she's like, what if I do this? And she really horribly licks her lips, but in a way that it's kind of like a fucking all directions one, yeah. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen you look more
Unhinged?
No, I was just like, I don't think I've ever been
More disturbed.
yeah, pretty much. I don't think I've ever been more repelled by you in
Yeah.
my life. And then we both just
I
laughed.
need to message she, actually.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I've seen you do anything more repulsive before. And I love you for that. But I will keep staring at you. Then they couldn't keep it up. And then randomly they would, while we were sitting at that... This was in a booth at a bar, by the way. Every now and then they just randomly start doing it again. I'm like, God damn it.
Kind of see it a little bit in the tail. We've got some wash going on. I don't want to... Ooh, that focused nicely.
Oh, yeah. That's where the wash is. Yeah, so I think you still got a bit up there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at down there, yeah.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
So, you could call that done, because that's a wash and a base.
Yeah. Yeah, except for the yellow. The yellow looks nasty.
But
But that's
that's just more work.
Eyes and tongue. Be alright.
Teeth.
I don't know if I want to try and do these teeth. They're fucking tough.
Oh no, I was doing the thing where it's like eyes and the lips and the teeth.
Yeah, no, I got you. But it made me think, because look how tiny those teeth are. Like
you could, but like
doing them white would be pretty nice to make it pop, I think. And I think these maybe even Screamer Pink. Or like just something to...
yellow. Why put a third color in?
Yeah,
like
you're right.
the color is white, purple, and yellow.
Yeah.
And then blood colors are the ones that are inside mouths and things,
Yeah,
or you
yeah,
can
yeah.
tinge, the bottom, the inside of the yellow with a red. But like, you don't need to add another color.
You're right.
Like, if you're ever in doubt, look at your boy. He has two colors.
Here's two colors.
It looks great. I think the darker shade on the belly is fucking rad.
Yeah, this one.
That looks yeah. That I think
It's very blocky looking at it at the moment, but I need to
yeah, but
just
you
put a
can
shade
see
on there and stuff.
like I see the intention.
But yeah, it's, as long as if it's blocked out, you can see where it's going, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's a smooth blocking too, so
Yeah.
like, it doesn't look weird.
Yeah. I know I don't finish
Intentional.
a lot of models on stream, but like I try to get them blocked out a lot so people can go like, oh, this is where it's gonna be, even if it's kind of messy right now.
Reminds you when you come back to it in like 4 weeks, what you were trying to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. I actually don't like the positioning of it's bad, but the green, like almost veining through it,
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Good.
Like almost giving it this like sickly look. Like this one on the neck looks sick.
Yeah, I mean, you could turn it into like a corruption.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
Like you put like a green like vein kind of going through it. There's colors for that.
Yeah.
If anything, you would put white through there, and then
To like a green stain on the white.
yeah, and you could like stipple that on there, and it would be.
It's more just purple green look good. Purple green yellow.
That's why I was saying, if you want a green on, if you really want a green on there, paint your base fully grey,
yeah.
and then put mossy colors on it,
Yeah.
because that way you've got the contrast you want without having to add another color to the model.
Yeah.
Like I said, you keep making your work harder for you by putting more and more on it. Just stick to your initial brief. And then come back to it. Because then you'll be like, do I really want to do that without committing to it?
I just like purple green.
I know. Put green somewhere. Doesn't have to be on the dragon.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I want to do this like green corruption glow. And now you have to look up how to do that and then try it and then maybe hate it and then redo all of your work again.
Yeah. But chat.
I know you don't like it, but I know I'm right.
Can chat see? Not really. So you can kind of see chat. There's like this the green stuff that's on the wing there, and then a little bit on this neck as well. It's popping really nicely. I don't want to hold it up too long because it's still drying that wash. You can kind of see that green coming through.
You got to talk louder.
Just showing that green stuff, that like dark green against the purple, just looking real nice.
Just makes me tempted.
Hey Tank, how you doing? Yes, we have an invisible Jess over there doing their work. Then we have a Pats,
Hello.
and we have an ill layer, so they couldn't make it. It's time. Well, actually, it's summer for them. I was about to say it's the time of year, but that's not the time of year for them.
It's still time of year because it's just the changing of
This-
temperature.
yeah,
When you
seasonal
adjust it.
change.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Just make sure these are all closed.
Was it nearly 2? Oh shit.
It is nearly 2. Also, I'm like, no, I suppose I can do another layer of yellow, but
No, you're all good. We'll wrap up soon.
yeah.
Bop, bop, bop.
Because I'm not a painter, I'm like the opposite of a perfectionist. I'm like the minimum is good enough for me right?
Done is better than good.
Done is
Yeah,
better than
but your perfectionism's coming in the form of doing too much.
Yeah, it's like, what
I
can
want to do
add
this and this and this and this. I'm like,
But I think part of that
chill
is
the fuck
like,
out.
if I'm doing a really basic painting, right? Like I'm not doing lots of detail and stuff, so I'm like, what can I add to pull away from the fact that I'm not doing a good paint job? I'm just doing a minimum paint job. That's where it comes
but
from.
keep in mind, if you do something too gaudy,
It's
it's gonna look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, there's a really good rule of like 3 colors. Choose one main color, purple, and then your secondary color, yellow, and your tertiary color.
Highlighting, yeah.
No, highlighting is purple.
No, sorry, as it like contrasting.
It's spot colors.
Yeah, yeah. To highlight the other colors.
Yeah.
Not literal paint highlight.
Primary.
Catch you later. Turquoise.
No worries,
Thanks for hanging
turquoise.
out.
See
I
you
think
later.
we're not too far off heading off ourselves.
Yeah. Primary yellow.
Yeah.
Secondary, blue. Pop color is pink, and then you don't count black or white.
Yeah.
But black is technically a pop color as well, because you're using it in a way to put contrast on the model. And this is a loud model, but
Yeah.
that's the point of
Yeah,
this
yeah,
model.
that's
Like the very loud colors.
Are you doing all 3 as noise boys?
I don't know. There's 6 of them, but maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can tell I'll have another one of these kits at some point, so maybe. But I would only do 3 for now. But like the pink is like basically the metallic equivalent instead, and the black also acts as that. So it's probably yellow, blue, pink, and then the black is your
Accent?
accent is the pink.
Sure.
But your trim and all of that doesn't
yeah,
need to be a
yeah,
strict
that-
color. So like, you look at these guys, and they're pink and black and flesh, and then you have silver and all the extra greeblies. But like overall, the mauve and the pink sit in the same area.
Yeah.
The light green is your pop color. So these are really only black and pink and like bits here and there. But overall, if you look at this color scheme, you're like black, pink.
Yeah.
That's just a pop color.
Yep.
On these guys with the hair, bit more. But like, they're sticking to a pretty basic rule because it makes it look good. And you just go like,
So
you stick within the color and then go up and down. Like you probably get away with like a little angle of a hue, but that's your area.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like just pink. You can be like pink and burgundy because it still fits in pink.
I'll be right back.
Burgundy is just dark pink, really. But yeah, I can still see the stuff I've missed on this. Well, do you want to raid out and say bye? Because it's 2 if you're going outside for a thing to come back.
Can do that.
Yeah, we can just raid out. Because it is 2 o'clock.
Doing this for a while.
I need to probably have some more food.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go eat the other half of my.
yeah, I got my
Mimi.
sandy here.
Put it in the fridge.
Oh, thank you.
It's probably not good to leave whatever is in that on the counter.
Yeah. Wow, a lot of people
yeah.
streaming today.
Yeah, there is a lot of people.
Who we wanted to read? I can see, I don't know if they're going to be going for that long, but I can see Sads is doing some Baldy Gate. They've been going for 2 hours. They might not be going that much longer. Blackwater Moz is playing Date Everything, or do we want to go back into like miniatures and models and stick within the realm? Oh my god, what's this new UI? I hate that. What the fuck is
What
this?
else changed?
That's yucky.
Yeah, I saw Ash said the other day they changed the font.
Look at this. It's like a. No.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Like, what is this? I hate this.
Picture us,
Yeah.
Give me my carousel back. There we go. Okay. Why is there no...
Audible also changed their UI, so I wonder if it was just Amazon's
What?
changed a bunch of stuff.
Twitch, can you just, like, give me exactly... What the fuck? Videos... Are they live? No. What? Is people live? No. Okay, so live channels. You can't scroll anymore. What? Why is this is bad. And if you go grid, oh, it sucks. I don't want to see this really big one. It feels like it's a King of the Hill situation where you'll only ever get promoted the highest one.
Well, can you go?
I can scroll
switch that
here, it
sort
just-
as well.
It's just shitty. I had a Lowe's find. Hey, that's us.
Hey.
I think I recognize Spark, so let's go over to Spark. I think we've rated them before and or followed them. Oh, they're VTubing. How long? Oh, they've been streaming a while. They might not be. I think they're also wrapping up. Damn it. Ah, fuck. I don't know. Let's raid this guy. Who knows? I can't read what this says. Bicefalo Art Studio. Espanol. We won't be able to understand that. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna raid Moz. Enjoy some date everything. Make sure the bed is horny.
We're horny for the bed.
We're so horny
Tell
for
him to go be horny for the bed. That's
so horny for the bed. Can you just activate that keyboard? And then put a slash. And then raid. And paste that. Alright, there we go. Alright, I don't know when we're back. Jess, are we streaming next week? I think that'll be the next one.
Yeah, probably.
We're probably going to stream something next week. Probably more date everything if I'm not...
Everything.
More date
So,
everything.
I want to play or Deathy Strand stream.
One of those will be played next week.
I'll turn up late. I'll
And-
be after my day one of production.
Nice. We'll play some of that.
Well, it won't be fun.
Yeah, fair.
I'll be landing at like 1 a.m. and then fucking.
Hopefully we'll be back at normalcy by then. Go away,
Yeah.
Black Widow 5 battery low. Alright, we're getting out of here.
Alright.
Goodbye,
Thanks
everybody.
for having me, chat.
Enjoy Mozzarella. They're a wonderful creator. So let's get out of here.
Bye 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 bye.
Don't forget, not Elliot Head.